हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू एग्जाम प्लस एकेडमी। आज की इस क्लास में हम डिस्कस करेंगे लास्ट 11 मंथ आरबीआई सर्कुलर जनवरी टू नवंबर 2025। हम आरबीआई सर्कुलर कवर करेंगे इन एमसीक्यूज फॉर्म विद इंपॉर्टेंट कंटेंट। तो लास्ट 11 मंथ का हम आरबीआई सर्कुलर कवर करने जा रहे हैं एमसीक्यूज फॉर्म में विद इंपॉर्टेंट कंटेंट। कंप्लीट ये क्लास रहेगी इंग्लिश में। तो ये क्लास काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है आपके आने वाले सभी बैंक एग्जाम्स के लिए। और अगर आप इसका पीडीएफ परचेज करना चाहते हैं तो आप मुझे व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हैं। तो आने वाले जितने भी बैंक एग्जाम्स हैं आरबीआई सर्कुलर काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है और कंटेंट के साथ आपको प्रोवाइड किया गया है एमसीक्यूज, और एमसीक्यूज फॉर्म में लिया गया है आरबीआई सर्कुलर। कंप्लीट ये क्लास रहने वाली है इंग्लिश में, ठीक है। तो क्या क्या हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे वो हम देख लेते हैं। 11 मंथ आरबीआई सर्कुलर जनवरी टू नवंबर। आरबीआई न्यूज में हम क्या क्या लेंगे? आरबीआई सर्कुलर्स, बैंकिंग लाइसेंस, फाइन इम्पोज्ड ऑन बैंक्स, आरबीआई गाइडलाइंस और आरबीआई कहता है। ये सभी कुछ हम कवर करेंगे अपनी इस क्लास में। और जिसको भी पीडीएफ के रिगार्डिंग कुछ क्वेरीज हैं वो मुझे व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हैं। व्हाट्सएप पे आप लोग कुछ भी क्वेरीज, कुछ भी डाउट्स पूछ सकते हैं। अगर आप पीडीएफ परचेज करना चाहते हैं तो डायरेक्टली आप व्हाट्सएप से भी परचेज कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। और इसके अलावा ये सारी ही इंपॉर्टेंट वीडियोस हमारे चैनल पर आ चुके हैं। अगर आपने नहीं देखे हैं तो आप लोग जाके जरूर देखिए, काफी हेल्पफुल रहेंगे आने वाले सभी बैंक एग्जाम्स के लिए। जैसे कि लास्ट 11 मंथ्स बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस हमने कवर किया है, ये क्लास आ चुकी है। अगर नहीं देखी है तो जाके जरूर देखिए। जनवरी टू नवंबर टॉपिक वाइज कवर किया है लास्ट 11 मंथ का बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस हमने टोटल 14 टॉपिक के साथ 1 और 4 14 हमने टॉपिक कवर किए हैं अलग अलग 11 मंथ बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस। ये है आपका पीआईबी प्रेस इंफॉर्मेशन ब्यूरो, पीआईबी करंट अफेयर्स है। ये भी हमने कवर किया है अलग अलग पार्ट में। पार्ट 1 और पार्ट 2 इसका ऑलरेडी आ चुका है, ठीक है। और नवंबर मंथ का बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस का पार्ट 1 भी आ चुका है। अगर आपने नहीं देखा है तो ये क्लास भी आप लोग जाके जरूर देखिए। और डिफरेंट सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पे आप लोग मुझे ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। और अगर आपको क्लास अच्छी लगे, हेल्पफुल लगे तो आप एक हाइप जरूर दीजिएगा वीडियो को, ठीक है। और वीडियो को शेयर करके अदर स्टूडेंट्स को चैनल का नाम जरूर बताइए। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं लास्ट 11 मंथ्स आरबीआई सर्कुलर। तो देखते हैं हमारा फर्स्ट सर्कुलर क्या है। रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ट्रेड रिलीफ मेजर्स डायरेक्शंस 2025, ठीक है। तो क्या क्या है पहले ये डिस्कस कर लेते हैं। फर्स्ट, ऑब्जेक्टिव RBI issues these directions to ease debt servicing burden caused by global trade disruptions and support continuity of viable export businesses. Next, legal basis directions are issued under powers from the Banking Regulation Act, RBI Act, NHB Act, Factoring Regulation Act and CIC Regulation Act. Next है हमारा coverage applicable to commercial banks, cooperative banks, NBFC including HFCs, all India financial institutions and CIC for reporting only. Next है eligibility criteria. Relief available only to exporters in notified sectors who had export credit outstanding on 31st of August 2025 and whose accounts were standard on that date. Next point है RE policy requirements. So each regulated entity must frame, approve and publish a policy detailing the objective criteria of granting relief. Next है moratorium / deferment. So REs may grant moratorium on term loan installment and defer interest recovery on CC obligatory for dues falling between 1st September to 31st of December 2025 with simple non-compound interest applicable. Next है funded interest term loan FITL. Accrued interest during the moratorium may be converted into FITL repayable between 1st of April to 30 of September 2026. Next point है export credit extension. Pre-shipment and post-shipment export credit disbursed up to 31st of March 2026 may get extended repayment tenure up to 450 days. Packing credit may be liquidated from alternate legitimate sources. Next है assets classification and reporting. Moratorium period is excluded from DPD counting. Such relief will not be treated as restricting. CICs must ensure a borrower's credit history remains unaffected. Next point है provisioning and reporting. REs must make 5% general provision on eligible standards accounts by 31st of December 2025. MIS and fortnightly reporting on drugs is mandatory. तो ये हमने डिस्कस किया है RBI ट्रेड रिलीफ मेजर डायरेक्शन 2025. स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड एमसीक्यूज कैसे बन सकता है, इस पे किस तरह से पूछा जा सकता है वो देख लेते हैं. तो ये है आपको कुछ स्टेटमेंट्स दी गई हैं, किसके रिगार्डिंग वो देख लेते हैं. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग एक्सपोर्ट क्रेडिट्स कैन बी एक्सटेंडेड टू अ मैक्सिमम पीरियड ऑफ 450 डेज. तो क्या करेक्ट है, व्हाट इज अ क्या विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग एक्सपोर्ट क्रेडिट कैन बी एक्सटेंडेड टू अ मैक्सिमम पीरियड ऑफ 450 डेज. तो कौन सा है इसमें ये देख लेते हैं. तो फर्स्ट है इसका स्टेटमेंट प्री शिपमेंट क्रेडिट डिसबर्स टिल 31st of March 2026. ठीक है, ये राइट है. सेकेंड है पोस्ट शिपमेंट क्रेडिट डिसबर्स टिल March 31st 2026. राइट. थर्ड है प्री शिपमेंट डिस्बर्स्ड आफ्टर 31st of March 2026 इज रॉन्ग. एंड फोर्थ पोस्ट शिपमेंट क्रेडिट डिस्बर्स्ड ऑन और बिफोर 31st of August 2025 रॉन्ग. तो राइट आंसर हो जाएगा ऑप्शन ए. 1 and 2 ओनली इज द राइट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, ये इस तरह से स्टेटमेंट है. ये आपको पूरा कंप्लीट जो नोट्स हैं, जो आरबीआई सर्कुलर है वो एक्सप्लेन किया गया है, और इस पे किस तरह का स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन बनता था वो हमने डिस्कस किया है. तो इस तरह से क्वेश्चन बन सकता है, और आगे कुछ और भी डिफरेंट बन सकता है इसी कंटेंट पे. तो इस तरह से क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट पे चलेंगे हम. नेक्स्ट सर्कुलर क्या है, विड्रॉल ऑफ ₹2000 डिनोमिनेशन बैंक नोट्स स्टेटस. विड्रॉ ऑफ ₹2000 डिनोमिनेशन बैंक नोट्स स्टेटस देख लेते हैं. तो आरबीआई हैड अनाउंस्ड विड्रॉ ऑफ ₹2000 नोट्स ऑन 19th of May 2023 थ्रू प्रेस रिलीज्ड 2023-24/257. फर्स्ट पॉइंट. सेकेंड पॉइंट, हम बात किसकी कर रहे हैं सर्कुलर की, विड्रॉ ऑफ ₹2000 डिनोमिनेशन बैंक नोट स्टेटस. सेकेंड पॉइंट है RBI publishes periodic updates on the status of the withdrawal. The previous update was issued on October 1st, 2025. Third point है deposit/exchange facility to bank branches across the country was available till 7th of October 2023. Fourth point है since May 19, 2023, exchange of ₹2000 notes has been available at the 19 RBI issue offices. Next point है from October 9, 2023, RBI issue offices are also accepting ₹2000 notes for deposit into bank notes. Next point, public can send ₹2000 notes via India Post from any post office to any RBI issue office to credit to their bank account. Next point, at the time of announcement 19th of May 2023, the total value of ₹2000 notes in circulation was ₹3.56 lakh crore. Next point, by 31st of October 2025, the value of ₹2000 notes in circulation had declined to ₹5817 crore. तो ये जो मैं आपको पढ़ा रही हूँ इस पे हम डिस्कस करेंगे एक स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट पॉइंट है 98.37% of the ₹2000 notes in circulation as of 19th of May 2023 have been returned. Last point, ₹2000 bank notes continue to remain legal tender. तो ये हमने कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स पढ़े थे सर्कुलर्स. विड्रॉल ऑफ ₹2000 डिनोमिनेशन बैंक नोट्स स्टेटस. तो इस जो कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स थे सर्कुलर्स के, उस पे किस तरह के स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस बन सकते हैं. तो आपको दो स्टेटमेंट्स यहाँ पे दी गई हैं. फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट, RBI issue offices have been providing exchange facility for ₹2000 notes since May 19, 2023. तो ये स्टेटमेंट ट्रू है या फॉल्स है? तो इट्स अ ट्रू. ठीक है, ये स्टेटमेंट क्या है हमारी, ट्रू है, राइट है. स्टेटमेंट 2 में क्या बोला गया है, आरबीआई इश्यूज ऑफिसेज स्टार्टेड एक्सेप्टिंग ₹2000 नोट्स फॉर डिपॉजिट इनटू बैंक अकाउंट्स फ्रॉम अक्टूबर 9, 2023। इट्स अ ट्रू। तो हमारा आंसर हो जाएगा ऑप्शन ए, बोथ स्टेटमेंट्स आर ट्रू। तो ये हो जाएगा राइट आंसर। ठीक है, इस तरह से दो स्टेटमेंट देके आपसे पूछा है कि क्या ये दोनों स्टेटमेंट ट्रू है या फॉल्स है, या एक ट्रू है या एक फॉल्स है, या फिर फर्स्ट फॉल्स सेकंड ट्रू फर्स्ट फॉल्स, इस तरह से आपसे ऑप्शंस में दिए होंगे। अगर आपको पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन पूरा कंटेंट आपने अच्छे से पढ़ा होगा तो आप स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन इजीली कर पाएंगे। और क्वेश्चन ऐसे ही आते हैं और यही लेवल है क्वेश्चंस के आने का बैंक एग्जाम्स में। ठीक है, तो इसलिए आपने कंटेंट को, जैसा मैं बोलती हूँ, अच्छे से पढ़ना है, लाइन बाय लाइन पढ़ना है। पीडीएफ से पढ़िए, जैसे सुटेबल हो वैसे पढ़िए, लेकिन कंटेंट को आपने अच्छे से समझ के पढ़ना है। ठीक है, चलेंगे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या है, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट अबाउट द आरबीआई ऑफलाइन डिजिटल रूपी इज करेक्ट। तो कौन सा स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है ये पूछा गया है। ठीक है, ऑप्शन सी, ई रूपी सपोर्ट्स ऑफलाइन पेमेंट यूजिंग मिनिमल नेटवर्क कनेक्टिविटी और एनएफसी टैप टेक्नोलॉजी। ऑप्शन सी इज द राइट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन। ओके, the Reserve Bank of India launched the offline digital e-rupee at the Global FinTech Fest 2025, marking a major milestone in India's digital finance evolutions. Next point, the e-rupee is India's official central bank digital currency, functioning like physical cash in digital form and stored in bank wallets offered by SBI, ICICI, HDFC and Union Bank. Next point, these wallets are available on Google Play and Apple App Store, enabling instant P2P, person to person and P2M, person to merchant transaction. Next point, the e-rupee supports offline payment using minimal network connectivity or NFC tap technology, ensuring accessibility in rural and remote regions. Next point, the programmable e-rupee is being tested in government schemes like Gujarat, GSFL and Andhra Pradesh GPAM 2.0, promoting efficient subsidy delivery, financial inclusion and transparency. Last point, India's first retail e-rupee pilot began on 1st of December 2022 with over 7 million users participating so far. ये सारे आपको points दिए गए हैं। ठीक है, तो क्वेश्चन में पूछा गया था कि कौन सा स्टेटमेंट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज अबाउट द आरबीआई ऑफलाइन डिजिटल ई-रूपी इज करेक्ट। द ई-रूपी सपोर्ट्स ऑफलाइन पेमेंट्स यूजिंग मिनिमल नेटवर्क कनेक्टिविटी और एनएफसी टैप टेक्नोलॉजी। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, ऑन November 10, 2025, which Bahraini organization signed an agreement with the National Payment Corporation of India, International Payments Limited (NIPL) to link India's unified payment interface (UPI) with Bahrain Payment Network. Right answer options में option B, Bahrain Electronic Network for Financial Transaction Benefit, BENEFIT. Option B is the right answer of this question. National Payment Corporation of India, International Payments Limited (NIPL) partnered with Bahrain Benefits Bahrain Electronic Network for Financial Transactions Company on November 10, 2025. The collaboration connects India's UPI Unified Payment Interface with Bahrain Electronic Fund Transfer System (EFTS), specifically the Fawry Plus service. Next point, it enables real-time, secure and cost-effective cross-border remittances between India and Bahrain. Next point, the initiative is supervised by the Reserve Bank of India and the Central Bank of Bahrain (CBB). Next, it strengthens digital financial inclusion and support the large Indian diaspora in Bahrain. And last point, this marks another step in expanding UPI's global footprint. ठीक है, तो ये सभी important points थे इस questions के। चलेंगे next question पे, which organization was organized by the Reserve Bank of India? Which organization was recognized by the Reserve Bank of India on 11th of November 2025 as the self-regulatory organization for payment system operators? Right answer, self-regulated payment system operators association. Option B is the right answer of this question. ठीक है, on 11th of November 2025, the Reserve Bank of India recognized the Self-Regulated Payment System Operators Associations (SRPA) as the self-regulatory organization for payment system operators (PSOs). These recognitions follow RBI framework for recognition of SRO for PSUs and the Omnibus framework for recognition of SRO for regulated entities 2024. Next point, SRPA represents leading players such as Razorpay, PhonePe, BillDesk, Cred, MobiKwik, Infibeam Avenue, CC Avenue. Next point, SRO, SRPA, which established industry standards, compliance norms, and dispute resolution mechanism for PSUs. Next point, the move enhances governance, accountability, and consumer protection in India's digital payment ecosystem. Last point, the ensure PSO operates in alignment with RBI regulatory oversight, balancing innovation and security. Next question. Which collateral did the Reserve Bank of India include for the first time in the 2025 repo directions? Right answer, municipal debt securities is the right answer of this question. Option A. The Reserve Bank of India issued the Master Directions Repurchases Transactions Repo Directions 2025 on 11th of November 2025 under Section 45W of the RBI Act 1934. Next, these directions update the earlier 2018 framework and expand the list of eligible collateral. Next point. For the first time, municipal debt securities have been included along the government securities, corporate bonds, commercial papers, CPs, and certificates of deposit CDs and debt exchange traded funds ETFs. Next point. The rule applies to repos conducted on stock exchange, electronic trading platform, and OTC market, but exclude RBI liquidity adjustment facility and marginal standing facility MSF. Last point. They define norms for tenure, tri-party repo system, reporting, settlement, pricing, haircuts, and accounting and compliance. Okay. क्या पूछा गया था क्वेश्चन में? Which collateral did the Reserve Bank of India include for the first time in the 2025 repo directions? Municipal debt securities. Next question. According to the RBI Governor, India's capital to risk-weighted assets ratio (CRAR) rose to 17.5% in 2025. What was the CRAR in 2015? वो है 13.5% is the right answer of this question. On 7th of November 2025, RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra highlighted the strength of India's banking system at the bank's SBI Banking and Economics Conclave in Mumbai. He noted that the capital to risk weighted asset ratio (CRAR) has risen to 17.5% in 2025 compared to 13.5% in 2015. India's gross NPA have sharply declined to 2.3% in 2025, down from over 11% in 2018. Banks are now reporting higher profitability and stronger balance sheet reflecting resilience. He emphasized that financial stability remains the cornerstone of RBI policy framework. India has also witnessed the $30.4 billion capital inflows April to July 2025, strengthening external resilience. Next question. What is the maximum allowed limit for pledging silver ornaments under RBI new rule lending against gold and silver collateral? Right answer 10 kilogram. Option B is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India announced on 7th of November 2025 the lending against gold and silver collateral directions 2025. This new rule, effect from 1st of April 2026, allows loan against silver ornaments and coins for the first time. Next, borrowers can pledge up to 10 kg of silver ornaments and 500 gram of silver coins as collateral. Next point, the facility will be available through banks, cooperative banks, NBFCs and housing finance companies. Next point, loan against bullions, ETFs or silver mutual fund remain prohibited to prevent misuse. Next, the move expands secure credit access, especially for rural households and small businesses holding silver. Last, it marks a historic step in financial inclusion, diversifying collateral options beyond gold in India's credit system. Next question. As per the RBI draft guidelines, banks will be allowed to finance acquisitions deals up to what percentage of the acquisitions value? 70%. Option C is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India released the draft guidelines on acquisitions, financing, and capital market exposure (CME). Banks will be allowed to finance up to 70% of acquisitions value, with the acquirer contributing 30% equity. Eligibility requires a strong net worth, a 3-year profit track record, and a debt equity ratio capped at 3:1. For CME, RBI proposed a cap of 20% of Tier 1 capital for direct exposure and 40% for aggregate exposure. These limits cover loans, guarantees, and investments linked to capital markets. The framework title RBI Commercial Banks Capital Market Exposure Directions 2025 will be effective from April 2027. It aims to ensure prudence, discipline, and alignment with Basel III norms. Next question. Which of the following statement about RBI Harbinger 2025 hackathon is incorrect? Incorrect ऑलरेडी ऑप्शन रेड है, ठीक है, तो राइट आंसर हो जाएगा ऑप्शन डी। क्या है ऑप्शन डी? The hackathon is exclusively for banking employees in India. It's a incorrect. It's a incorrect statement regarding Harbinger 2025 hackathon. Incorrect statement is the hackathon is exclusively for banking employees in India. It's a incorrect statement. Other statements are correct. Okay. What's the content? The Reserve Bank of India has launched a global hackathon Harbinger 2025 in Innovation for Transformation to promote secure, innovative, and user-centric financial solutions. The theme of Harbinger 2025 is secure banking powered by identity, integrity, and inclusivity. Participants will develop solution under 3 problem statements. First, tokenized KYC, offline CBDC, enhancing trust. Eligible participants include individual teams or entities aged 18 and above who can legally enter into a contractual agreement. A hackathon is an event where participants collaborate to develop innovative solutions to given challenges. Next, the winner for each problem statement will receive rupees 40 lakh and the runner-up will get rupees 20 lakh. A special prize of rupees 20 lakh will be awarded to the best all-women team across all problem statements. Next, each shortlisted team for the solution development phase will receive a rupees 5 lakh stipend for prototype development. It's important regarding the Harbinger 2025 Innovation for Transformation. Okay, some important points. The theme is secure banking powered by identity, integrity, and inclusivity. Problem statement 1, tokenized KYC. Statement 2, offline CBDC rupee, and statement 3, enhancing trust. Okay. Winner across each problem statement amount is 40 lakh. Runner up across each problem statement amount is 20 lakh rupees. Third, special prize to the best all women, a team comprising for only women members across all the 3 problem statement. Prize amount rupees 20 lakh. Stipend for each term shortlisted to solutions development phase for meeting the cost of development of prototype. Amount is rupees 5 lakh. Okay. Next question. The Reserve Bank of India recently removed which selling related to bank lending to corporate entities. Rupees 10,000 crore ceiling on loans to a single corporate entity. Option C is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India has removed the rupees 10,000 crore ceiling on bank loans to a single corporate entity, allowing banks greater lending flexibility. The earlier guidelines on enhancing credit supply for large borrowers 2016 were introduced to limit concentration risk and encourage corporate to diversify their funding sources. Next question. The Reserve Bank of India is considering issuing fresh license for which type of banks after more than 20 years? Urban Cooperative Bank, UCBs. Option D is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India is considering issuing fresh license for new urban cooperative banks after more than 20 years. The issuance of license was paused in 2004 due to the weak financial health of several UCBs. As of March 2024, India had 1,472 UCBs, down from 1,926 in 2004 due to amalgamation closures and consolidation efforts by the RBI. In financial year 23-24, UCB deposit growth was 4.1% and credits growth was 5.0%, both significantly lower than scheduled commercial banks. Okay. Next question. Reserve Bank of India deposits accounts, safe deposit lockers and articles kept in safe custody with the banks. Directions 2025 shall come into force with effect from 1st of November 2025. Option A is the right answer of this question. The key provision relating to nomination under the Banking Laws Amendment Act 2025 will come into effect from 1st of November 2025. The Banking Laws Amendment Act 2025 was notified on 15th of April 2025. Gazette notification linked attached below. It contains a total of 19 amendments across 5 legislations. The Reserve Bank of India Act 1934, Banking Regulation Act 1949, State Bank of India Act 1955 and Banking Companies Acquisitions and Transfer of Undertakings Act 1970s and 1980s. Some important key features of these provisions are as follows. First, multiple nominations. Customers may nominate up to 4 persons either simultaneously or successively, thereby simplifying claim settlements for depositors and their nominees. Next, nomination for deposit accounts. Depositors may opt for either simultaneous or successive nomination as per their preference. Next, nominations for articles in safe custody and safety lockers. For such facilities, only successive nomination are permitted. Next, simultaneous nomination. Depositors may nominate up to 4 persons and specify the share of percentage of entitlement for each nominee, ensuring that the total equals 100% and enabling transparent distributions amongst all nominees. Next point, successive nomination. Individual maintaining deposit articles in safe custody or lockers may specify up to 4 nominees, where the next nominee become operative only upon the death of the nominees placed higher, ensuring continuity in settlement and clarity of succession. Next question. Person resident outside India that maintain a special rupee Vostro account SRVA for international trade settlement in Indian rupee are now permitted to invest their rupee surplus balance in the offset account in which of the following? Right answer. Central government securities including treasury bills, non-convertible debentures, bonds, commercial papers. All the right answer is all of the above is the right answer of this question. Person resident outside India that maintain a special rupee Vostro account SRVA for international trade settlement in Indian rupee were permitted to invest their rupee surplus balance in the offshore accounts in central government securities including treasury bills. It has now been decided to also permit investment of these balances in non-convertible debentures, bonds and commercial papers issued by an Indian company. Some important points are here, you can check out. Next question. At the Global FinTech Fest 2025 in Mumbai, which major innovation was introduced by NPCI in collaboration with RBI for UPI authentication? Right answer. Biometric and wearable glass-based authentication for UPI. Option D is the right answer of this question. The National Payment Corporation of India (NPCI) in collaboration with the Reserve Bank of India launched a biometric and wearable glass-based authentication for UPI transactions at the Global FinTech Fest 2025 in Mumbai. The new system enables facial recognition of fingerprint-based authentication linked to Aadhaar, potentially replacing the traditional 4 or 6-digit UPI PIN. The initiative aims to enhance security, ease of use, and financial inclusion, especially for senior citizens, rural users, and first-time digital payment users. Biometric authentication allows users to verify payment using fingerprint or facial recognition, ensuring privacy as biometric data remains on device and is never transmitted externally. Last point, wearable glass payment introduced a UPI Lite feature that allow hands-free payments through voice commands and QR scans, eliminating the need for phones or pins. Next question. In the context of the Reserve Bank of India new scheme for facilitating accelerated payout in operative accounts and unclaimed deposits, what does the abbreviation DEA fund stand for? Depositors Education and Awareness Fund. Option C is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India has launched a scheme for facilitating accelerated payout in operative accounts and unclaimed deposits to encourage activation of inoperative accounts and return of unclaimed deposits. The scheme aims to reduce existing unclaimed deposits and prevent fresh accumulation of such funds in the Depositor Education and Awareness DEA funds. Next question. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launched the nationwide finance awareness campaign in Gandhinagar. What are the 3 A's emphasized by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in the campaign on unclaimed funds? Right answer. Awareness, accessibility, action is the 3 A's. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launched a nationwide awareness campaign in Gandhinagar, Gujarat in the presence of State Finance Minister Kanubai Desai and senior officials from SEBI, RBI, IIDA, PFRD and DFS. The Finance Minister underlined the importance of 3 A's awareness, accessibility and action as guiding principles of the campaign. Awareness ensures citizens know how to trace unclaimed assets. Accessibility provides digital tools and district level outreach. Last point, action stress, time bound and transparent claim settlements. Okay, next question. Which country's residents and banks can now receive rupee denominated loans from Indian banks under RBI October 13, 2025 announcement? Right answer, Bhutan, Nepal and Sri Lanka. Option B is the right answer of this question. The RBI has allowed Indian banks and their overseas branches to lend in Indian rupee to residents and banks in Bhutan, Nepal and Sri Lanka to boost regional trade and facilitate cross-border payment. This measure, announced on 13 of October 2025, aims to enhance the use of the rupee in South Asia and reduce dependence on the US dollar for trade settlements. The decision applies authorized dealer banks which can now extend rupee denominated loan for cross-border trade purposes. The move is part of amendments to the Foreign Exchange Management, Borrowing and Lending Regulation 2018 and the Foreign Exchange Management Foreign Currency Account by a Person Residents in India Regulations 2015. Next question. Which Indian states records the highest per capita usage intensity of UPI Unified Payment Interface transactions according to the RBI bulletin paper? Right answer, option C, Telangana is the right answer of this question. A Reserve Bank of India bulletin paper found that Telangana records the highest usage intensity of UPI transactions in per capita terms among all Indian states. The study used PhonePe transactions data as a proxy for accessing UPI usage intensity since PhonePe accounts for 58% of total UPI transactions volume and 53% of total transactions value. Next question. The Reserve Bank of India imposed a monetary penalty of rupees 4.20 lakh on which NBFC on October 1st, 2025 for non-compliance with RBI KYC directions 2016. HDB Financial Services Limited. Option C is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India imposed a monetary penalty of rupees 4.20 lakh on HDB Financial Services Limited on 1st of October 2025 for regulatory violations. The penalty was for non-compliance with provisions of the RBI KYC Directions 2016. After reviewing the company's written and oral submissions, the RBI upheld the charge and confirmed the penalty. Last, the action was taken under Section 58G. Read the Section 58B5AA of the RBI Act 1934. Next question. Who is leading the RBI Retail Central Bank Digital Currency CBDC Sandbox initiative and what key technological features did he highlight as transformational for banking? Right answer, Subendupati, token-based system for interoperable and faster transactions. Option D is the right answer of this question. The sandbox key features includes fintech collaboration for building apps on the CBDC backend, tokenization support for secure digital money representation, real-time testing of payment system and wallets, and integration with the wholesale CBDC layer as the testing backbone. This initiative is led by Suvendupati, Chief General Manager at RBI, who emphasized that token-based system can revolutionize banking by enabling more interoperable, fluid, and faster transactions. Next question. What is the name of the RBI initiative under which public awareness campaigns are conducted through print, TV, radio, digital platform, and text messages? RBI कहता है option C is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India has been conducted public awareness campaigns through print, television, radio, digital platform, and text messages under the RBI कहता है RBI says initiative. To further expand outreach, RBI launched its verified WhatsApp channel in April 2025 to disseminate public awareness message and important updates. The initiative aims to make financial information more accessible, simple, and effective, thereby strengthening trust and resilience in the financial ecosystem. Citizens can now receive official updates from RBI via verified WhatsApp accounts --. Next, users are advised to follow only verified RBI accounts with the blue tick to ensure authenticity. Next question. Which two countries together contributed over one-third of India's total foreign direct investment FDI inflow during financial year 25? United States and Singapore. Option C is the right answer of this question. The RBI released the provisional result of the foreign liabilities and assets FLA census 2024-25 on 29th of October 2025. The census revealed that the United States and Singapore together contributed over one-third of India's total FDI inflow during financial year 25. Out of 45,702 entities surveyed, 41,570 reported FDI/ODI with 7,880 new participants this year. More than three-fourths of inward FDI companies were subsidiaries of foreign firms with majority ownership. Over 97% of reporting entities were unlisted companies, yet they attracted the bulk of FDI equity capital. Last point, FDI inflow were concentrated in manufacturing, services, and technology sectors, strengthening India's global investmentees. Okay, next question. Under RBI Regulatory Consolidation Initiative, how many master directions are proposed to replace the existing circulars? Option A, 238 is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India has consolidated regulatory instructions issued up to October 9, 2025 into 238 master directions covering 11 types of regulated entities. The 11 regulated entities includes commercial banks, small finance bank, payments banks, local area banks, regional rural banks, urban cooperative banks, rural cooperative banks, all India financial institutions, non-banking financial companies, NBFC, asset reconstruction companies, ARC, and credit information companies. Directions issued by NABARD for regional rural banks and cooperative banks have also been included in consultation with NABARD. Next question. Why did the RBI impose a penalty of rupees 31.8 lakh on Indian Overseas Bank IOB for non-compliance with priority sector lending PSL directions? Option B is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India has imposed a penalty of rupees 31.8 lakh rupees on Indian Overseas Bank for non-compliance with directions related to priority sector lending PSL target and classifications. The penalty was imposed after supervisory findings revealed lapses and so-cause notice was issued to the banks. Next question. As per RBI Basel III Capital Regulation PDI in 81 capital eligible limit for foreign currency rupee denominated bonds overseas directions 2025 effective October 1st 2025 PDIs issued overseas are eligible for inclusion in additional tier 1 capital up to what limit of risk weighted assets RWA? 1.5% of RWA. Option C is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India issued the Basel III Capital Regulations (PDI) in 81 capital eligible limit for foreign currency rupee denominated bonds overseas elections 2025 effective from 1st of October 2025. PDIs issued overseas are now eligible for inclusion in additional Tier 1 AT1 capital up to 1.5% of risk-weighted assets RWA based on the latest audited or limited review financial statements. Next question. As per the news, Greece Eurobank with 100 billion euro in assets has received Reserve Bank of India approval to open a representative office in Mumbai. Apart from India, in which countries is Eurobank expanding to strengthen its presence across IMEC economies? Israel, Saudi Arabia and UAE. Option A is the right answer of this question. Greece Eurobank with 100 billion euro in asset has received Reserve Bank of India approval to open a representative office in Mumbai by mid-December 2025, marking its first physical presence in India. Eurobank is also expanding into Israel, Saudi Arabia and UAE to strengthen its presence across IMEC economies. Next question. As per RBI directions issued on 30 of September 2025, banks can now raise to the entire 1.5% of risk-weighted assets RWA as additional Tier 1 AT1 capital overseas through which instruments? Right answer. Perpetual debt instruments (PDIs) is the right answer of this question. On 30 of September 2025, the Reserve Bank of India issued new directions effective 1st of October 2025. Banks can now raise the entire 1.5% of risk-weighted assets in as additional Tier 1 capital overseas through perpetual debt instruments. This applies to scheduled commercial banks, excluding small finance banks, payments banks, and regional rural banks. For small businesses loans, banks may reset the credit risk spread once every 3 years, with borrowers allowed to switch to fixed rate loans at reset. RBI also permitted gold backed working capital loans for all industry using gold as raw material, not just jewelers. Aim is strengthen banks' capital base to improve global fundraising and ease credit access for small businesses. Next question. Recently, the Reserve Bank of India issued a rupees 100 commemorative coin in 2025 to mark the birth centenary of which Bharat Ratna awardee? Right answer Bhupen Hazarika. Option C is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India issued rupees 100 commemorative coin marking the birth centenary of the Bharat Ratna Dr. Bhupen Hazarika. The coin will be unveiled by Prime Minister Narendra Modi at public event in Guwahati. A biography of Bhupen Hazarika published by the Assam Publication Board will also be released and translated into multiple Indian languages. The coin launch is part of a year-long centenary celebration September 8 to September 8 2025 to September 8 2026. Okay, with which will conclude with a ceremonial gathering attended by the presidents of India. The Bhupen Hazarika Memorial site in Jalukbari will be renamed Bhupen Hazarika Samanmay Tirtha. Next question. As per RBI new regulatory guidelines 2025, which of the following statement is correct regarding payment aggregators and payment gateway, PAs and PGs? Right answer, all of the above. All statements is right or correct. Okay. First statement, payment aggregators are directly regulated by RBI, which payment gateways are encouraged to voluntary, followed by RBI scrutiny. RBI security recommendation is correct. Non-banks PAs must be incorporated in India and maintain a minimum net worth of rupees 15 crore at application, increasing to rupees 25 crore by the third financial year is correct. Next, customer funds collected by PAs must be kept in an escrow account with a scheduled commercial bank is correct. Next, banks do not need RBI authorization to act as PAs unlike non-bank entities is correct. Right answer, all of the above statement is correct. Option E is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India has issued regulatory guidelines for payment aggregator and baseline technology standards for payment gateway to enhance safety, transparency, and resilience in digital payments. Payment aggregator being entities that handle fund will be directly regulated, while payment gateway as technology providers are encouraged to voluntarily follow RBI's security recommendation. Next, non-bank PAs must obtain RBI authorization under the Payment and Settlement System Act 2007, be incorporated in India and maintain a minimum net worth of rupees 15 crore and application to be increased to rupees 25 crore by the third financial year and maintained thereafter. Next, PA must be professionally managed by comply with fit and proper criteria for promoters and directors, with any change in management reported to RBI within 15 days. Next question. In 2025, which fintech company received final approval from the Reserve Bank of India to operate as an online payment aggregator, joining over 50 other licensed firms? PhonePe is the right answer of this question. PhonePe, a fintech major, has received final approval from the RBI to operate as an online payment aggregator. The approval came over 2 years after PhonePe first received in principal clearance from RBI. A payment aggregator, also known as a merchant aggregator, is a third-party service provider that enables merchants to accept payments from customers by integrating payment services into their websites or apps. Next, a payment aggregator in India is incorporated under the Companies Act 2013. Next question. Under the RBI Special 1-Year Scheme for Settlement of Inoperative Accounts and Unclaimed Deposits 2025-26, banks will receive incentives between 5% to 7.5%. Option C is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India launched a special 1-year scheme effective from 1st of October 2025 to 30th of September 2026 to speed up settlement of inoperative accounts and unclaimed deposits. The scheme aims to reduce the large stock of unclaimed deposits over 6 rupees 67,000 crore as of June 2025 and ensure faster return of money to rightful claimants. Next, banks will receive incentives between 5% to 7.5% of the settled amount, capped at rupees 25,000 depending on how long the account has been inactive. Next, for deposit unclaimed for over 10 years, banks can claim the highest incentives. Next, they must submit quarterly claims to RBI, which will be settled within 30 days. Next, the scheme is linked to the Depositors Education and Awareness DA Fund Framework. Last, it is expected to both clear old backlogs and prevent future accumulation of unclaimed deposits. Next question. Which digital currency is being tested in the RBI retail sandbox? E-rupee. Option A is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India has launched a retail sandbox for its CBDC central bank digital currency on 8th of October 2025. It provides a controlled testing environment for fintech firms to develop a refined e-rupee retail application. Next, the retail CBDC pilot had originally begun on 1st of December 2022. Next, currently around 7 million users are already part of India's CBDC ecosystem, and last, the sandbox aims to boost innovation, expand adoption, and ensure regulatory oversight. This move positions India among the global leaders in CBDC experimentation. Next question. What is the full form of FIDC, which recently received SRO status from the RBI? Finance Industry Development Council is the right answer of this question. On 3rd of October, the Reserve Bank of India granted self-regulatory organization status to the Finance Industry Development Council FIDC, the representative body of NBFCs. This recognition empowers FIDC to oversee compliance, discipline, and best practices among NBFC, ICC, NBFC factors, housing finance companies, and infrastructure NBFCs. With nearly 400 member, FIDC will now function as an extended arm of RBI, strengthening governance and customer protection. The Move is expected to enhance transparency, accountability, and stability in the NBFC sector. FIDC CEO Raman Agrawal termed it a red letter day for the industry, marking a new era of self-regulation and responsible growth. Next question. As per RBI fourth bi-monthly monetary policy, financial year 25-26, what was the repo rate repurchase rate kept by the Reserve Bank of India? 5.50% is the right answer of this question. On 1st October, the RBI kept the repo rate unchanged at 5.50% with the neutral stance. Other rates, SDF 5.25%, MSF and bank rate 5.75, CRR 3.50, SLR 18%. GDP growth for financial year 26 was revised upward to 6.8%, while CPI inflation was cut to 2.6%. Credit flow measures, higher limits for loan against shares and simplified rules for acquisitions and financing and reduced infra financing costs for NBFCs. Banking reforms, new DICGC, Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation, risk-based premium model, free digital banking under BSBDA, basic saving bank deposit accounts, and wider coverage under RBIOS, RBI Integrated Ombudsman Scheme. Rupee internationalization, expansion of SRBA, special rupee Vostro account, permission for rupee loans abroad, and a new reference rate framework. Next question. The Reserve Bank of India extended the foreign exchange forex outlay period for merchanting trade transactions from 4 months to how many months? Option C, 6 months is the right answer of this question. On 1st October, the RBI announced steps to support exporters amid global trade uncertainties. The forex outlay period for merchanting trade transaction was extended from 4 to 6 months. Exporters can now repatriate funds from IFSC accounts within 3 months. Earlier, 1 month small value exports, imports bill up to rupees 10 lakh can be closed on self-declaration, easing compliance. A revised ECB framework will widen access, rationalize limits, and relax maturity norms. RBI also promoted rupee trade via special rupee Vostro accounts and rupee loans to neighbors. These measures aims to ease liquidity, cut compliance burden, and boost India's export competitiveness. ठीक है? Next question. Sirish Chandra Murmu appointed as RBI Deputy Governor. What is the right answer? 9th of October 2025. Okay. Sirish Chandra Murmu has been appointed as the new Deputy Governor of the Reserve Bank of India effective October 9th, 2025 for a 3-year term. He will succeed Rajeshwar Rao. Okay. Appointed Sirish Chandra Murmu, position RBI Deputy Governor, effective date 9th of October 2025, tenure 3 years, predecessors राजेश्वर राव, एम राजेश्वर राव. तो प्रेजेंट में आरबीआई के डेप्यूटी गवर्नर, आपको पता है आरबीआई में 4 डेप्यूटी गवर्नर्स होते हैं. डॉक्टर पूनम गुप्ता, श्री स्वामीनाथन जे, श्री ए टी रविशंकर, श्रीश चंद्र मुर्मू, ये 4 आरबीआई डेप्यूटी गवर्नर हैं. डेट आप देख सकते हैं 2/5/2025 ऑनवर्ड्स, 26/6/2023 onwards and 3/5/2025 onwards and 9/10/2025 onwards. ये आप वीडियो को पॉज करके इजीली देख सकते हैं. ठीक है. तो कौन हुए हैं आरबीआई के नए डेप्यूटी गवर्नर अपॉइंट? उनका नाम है श्रीश चंद्र मुर्मू. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. RBI launches a microsite offering 360-degree views of Indian banknotes for public awareness. What is the URL of the portal? Right answer, indiacurrency.rbi.org.in. Option B is the right answer of this question. Reserve Bank of India launched a dedicated microsites on Indian banknotes to enhance public awareness about currency design and security features. Accessible at indiacurrency.rbi.org.in. The portal is designed as a one-stop destination for reliable information on notes issued by the RBI. The microsite provide details insights into the design and security feature of banknotes. Its standout features include 360-degree view of banknotes. Users can closely examine each note, making it easier to spot differences between genuine and counterfeit currency. Clear explanation of security elements, watermarks, latent images, micro-lettering, and color-shifting ink are explained in simple terms to help the public recognize authenticity. By introducing this platform, the RBI seeks to increase transparency and reduce counterfeit risks. Portal indiacurrency.rbi.org.in features 360-degree view of notes, design and security details, interactive tools, video, audio, guides, games, animations, special section exchange of damaged withdrawn notes. RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra. Okay, important. Next question. RBI mandates two-factor authentication for digital payments from. What is the right answer of this question? 1st April 2026. Option D is the right answer. The Reserve Bank of India has introduced a new regulatory framework for strengthened digital payment security in the country. From April 1st, 2026, two-factor authentication 2FA will be mandatory for all digital transactions, with exceptions allowed only for certain small value cases. The guidelines mark a major shift towards advanced, flexible and secure verification method, replacing the outdated reliance on SMS OTPs alone. 2FA becomes mandatory 1st April 2026, applies to UPI, net banking cards, mobile wallets, etc. Exemptions, low value transactions as defined by RBI, permitted methods, biometrics, tokens, passphrases, OTPs, app authenticators. Risk-based checks allowed for extra protection on flagged transactions. SMS OTP is still allowed as one of the factors. Important points. Okay. Important points. Next question. Who has been appointed as the chairperson of RBI, Reserve Bank of India Regulatory Review Cell, RRC? Right answer, Rana Asutosh Kumar Singh, Managing Director, State Bank of India. Option C is the right answer of this question. On 17th of September 2025, the Reserve Bank of India announced the creations of Regulatory Review Cell, RRC, under its Department of Regulation, effective 1st October 2025. The RRC will ensure that all RBI regulations are reviewed every 5 to 7 years for relevance, efficiency and global alignment. It will be chaired by Rana Asutosh Kumar Singh, MD, SBI, with 5 other senior experts from banking, NBFC and insurance. Next question. At the time of applying for RBI authorizations, a non-bank payment aggregator must maintain a minimum net worth of, right answer, 15 crore rupees. Option B is the right answer of this question. On 15th of September 2025, the RBI issued master directions for payment aggregator, consolidating earlier circulars into one detailed framework. The rules apply to both bank and non-bank PAs, with the bank exempt from separate approval but non-banks required to seek RBI authorizations. Non-bank PAs must maintain a net worth of rupees 15 crore at application and rupees 25 crore within 3 years. PAs are classified into PA physical, PA online and PA cross-border, covering in-person, digital and international transactions. Okay. तो राइट आंसर हो जाएगा 15 करोड़ रुपीज इज द राइट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. In a heartfelt tribute to Bharat Ratna Dr. Bhupen Hazarika, the Reserve Bank of India has issued a rupees dash commemorative coin on 13th of September 2025. Right answer, rupees 100 coin. 100 rupees coin is the right answer. In a heartfelt tribute to Bharat Ratna Dr. Bhupen Hazarika, the Reserve Bank of India will issue a rupees 100 commemorative coin on 13th of September 2025 to mark the birth anniversary on the legendary Assamese singer, poet, and cultural icon. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will unveil the coin at a public event in Guwahati, kicking off a series of celebrations honoring Hazarika's immense contributions to Indian culture and music. Next question. RBI set up regulatory review cell for a periodic oversight starting from 1st of October 2025 is the right answer of this question. RBI establishes a regulatory review cell RRC and an advisory group on regulations to review financial regulations every 5 to 7 years and enhance stakeholder engagement. The RRC will function under the Department of Regulation in the RBI. It has been set up to ensure a phased review of all regulations, align regulatory frameworks with evolving market conditions, technological advancement, and global best practices, maintain regulatory simplicity, consistency, and relevance. This move aligns with global trends in regulatory modernization, strengthening India's position as well as regulated financial market. Next question. Important initiatives launched by effective dates, review frequency, advisory body. Initiatives Regulatory Review Cell RRC launched by Reserve Bank of India. Effective date 1st October 2025. Review frequency every 5 to 7 years. Advisory body, advisory group on regulation AGR. Okay, next question. RBI allow banks to offer working capital loan to manufacturers using gold as a raw material. What is the right answer? 1st October 2025 is the right answer of this question. The RBI has permitted banks to extend working capital loan to manufacturers using gold as a raw material, expanding a provisions previously limited to jewelers. Effective October 1st, 2025, the move is a part of wider reforms including flexible interest rate rules and enhanced capital raising options. The RBI has amended its guidelines under the Reserve Bank of India lending against gold and silver collateral. First Amendment Directions 2025 allowing scheduled commercial banks and tier 3 or 4 urban cooperative banks to grant need-based working capital loan to manufacturers and industrial units. These loans can be secured against gold or silver used as raw material or inputs in production processes. The provisions is an extension of an existing carve out that was earlier applicable only to jewelers. Importantly, banks must ensure that borrowers do not acquire or hold gold for investment and speculative purposes. The financing is strictly linked to industrial or manufacturing activity. Next question. Under the RBI Special 1-Year Scheme for Settlement or Inoperative Accounts and Unclaimed Deposit 2025-26, banks will receive incentives between 5% to 7.5%. Option C is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India launched a special 1-year scheme effective from 1st October 2025 to 30 September 2026 to speed up settlement of inoperative accounts and unclaimed deposits. The scheme aims to reduce the large stock of unclaimed deposits over rupees 67,000 crore as of June 2025 and ensure faster return of money to rightful claimants. Banks will receive incentives between 5% to 7.5% of the settled amount, capped at rupees 25,000 depending on how long the account has been inactive. For deposits unclaimed for over 10 years, banks can claim the highest incentives. The must submit quarterly claim to RBI, which will be settled within 30 days. The scheme is linked to the Depositors Education and Awareness Fund framework. It is expected to both clear old backlogs and prevent future accumulation of unclaimed deposits. नेक्स्ट ये है हमारे सभी सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म हैंडल्स चेक कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Under the new RBI norms, what is the minimum assessed net worth A and W required for Tier 3 and 4 UCBs to expand operations beyond their home state? Right answer, rupees 50 crore. Option C is the right answer. The Reserve Bank of India plans to replace existing norms with harmonized eligibility criteria for business authorization, permission and approval for urban cooperative banks. The large UCBs in Tier 3 and Tier 4 with minimum assessed net worth of rupees 50 crore and meeting eligibility criteria for business authorization, ECBA can expand their operations beyond the state with RBI prior approval. Next question. In August 2025, AU Small Finance Bank received in principal approval from RBI to transitions into Universal Bank. Option B is the right answer. AU Small Finance Bank becomes the first SFB to receive in principal approval from the RBI to transitions into a universal bank after more than 11 years. AUSFB is the largest small finance bank in India, holding rupees 2.40 trillion in total business and a 40% market share among all SFBs. AU loan book grew from 13,413 crore rupees financial year 18 to 1.09 trillion rupees, and deposits increased from 7,923 crore rupees to 1.24 trillion rupees. The RBI laid out voluntary transitions norms in April 2024 and AU applied in September 2024. Other SFBs that have also applied: Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, Jana SFB applications are still under review. AU was one of the first 10 entities to receive SFB license in 2015 and began operations in 2017. Unlike others, AU was not a microfinance institutions. Next question. What major change has the RBI introduced regarding special rupee vostro accounts? What is the right answer? RBI has removed the requirement for prior approval to open SRVs. Option A is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India has removed the requirement for prior approval for opening special rupee vostro accounts. As per the latest notification, authorized dealer banks can now open SRVs for overseas correspondent banks without RBI prior permission. Earlier, AD banks were mandated to seek RBI approval before opening such accounts. Next question. The Reserve Bank of India has approved the amalgamation of fraud hit New India Cooperative Banks NICB with Saraswat Cooperative Bank as of March 2025. What was the approximate business size of Saraswat Bank? 91,800 crore rupees is the right answer. Option C. The Reserve Bank of India has sanctioned the scheme of amalgamation of fraud hit New India Cooperative Banks NICB with Saraswat Cooperative Bank. The scheme will be effective from 4th of August 2025 with all NICB branches functioning as SCB branches from this date. Customers and depositors of NICB will be treated as customers of Saraswat Bank from 4th of August 2025 and their interest will be fully protected. As of March 2025, Saraswat Bank reported a business size of rupees 91,800 crore rupees, deposits of rupees 55,400 crore and a network of 320 branches across 8 states. Next question. As per the Reserve Bank of India guidelines, what is the minimum percentage of every loan that each lender must retain on its own book under co-lending arrangements? What is the right answer? 10%. Option C is the right answer of this question. RBI released final co-lending norms on 6th of August 2025 effective from 1st of January 2026. Norms apply to scheduled commercial banks excluding SFBs, RRBs, LABs, all India financial institutions and NBFCs including HFCs. Each lender must retain a minimum 10% of every loan on its own books to ensure risk participation. Default loss guarantee DLG is restricted to 5% of the total outstanding pool Loan portions must be transferred to co-lending partners within 15 days of disbursement. Borrowers will be charged a blended interest rate reflecting to weighted average of partner lenders' rates. If any lender classifies a loan as NPA SMA, all partners must follow escrow accounts and public disclosures are mandatory. Next question. What investment option did the RBI allow for surplus rupee balances in special rupee vostro accounts SRVs? Right answer. Government securities and treasury bills is the right answer. Option B. The RBI permitted non-residents holding special rupee vostro accounts to invest surplus rupee balances in government securities and treasury bills. The move supports rupee internationalizations and aims to deepen the domestic debt market. These investments will follow FPI norms but are exempt from short-term maturity restrictions. AD Category 1 banks must open dedicated security accounts and provide access to the NDS-OM platform. Surplus funds can be used for both capital and current account transactions. This reforms is expected to boost liquidity and yield stability. Next question. Recently, in August 2025, AU Small Finance Bank received in principle approval from RBI to transitions into a universal bank. Option B is the right answer. AU Small Finance Bank becomes the first SFB to receive in principle approval from the RBI to transitions into a universal bank after more than 11 years. AU Small Finance Bank is the largest small finance bank in India, holding 2.40 trillion rupees in total business and a 40% market share among all SFBs. AU loans book grew from 13,413 crore rupees financial year 18 to 1.09 trillion rupees, and deposits increased from 7,923 rupees 23 crore rupees to 1.24 trillion rupees. The RBI laid out voluntary transactions norms in April 2024 and AU applied in September 2024. Other SFBs that have also applied: Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, Jana Small Finance Bank, application is still under review. Next question. Reserve Bank of India imposed rupees 75 lakh penalty on which banks for non-compliance with guidelines on valuations of properties, empanelment of valuers, and opening of current accounts by banks need for discipline. Right answer. ICICI Bank. Option C is the right answer of this question. Reserve Bank of India imposed rupees 75 lakh penalty on ICICI Bank for non-compliance with regulatory directions on valuations of properties, empanelment of valuers, and opening of current accounts by banks need for discipline. RBI conducted statutory inspections for supervisory evaluations of ICICI Bank based on its financial positions as of 31st of March 2024. RBI found that the bank did not carry out property valuations by independent valuers for certain mortgage loans, violating guidelines. The bank also opened maintained current account to contravention of regulatory requirements. Due to these violations, RBI imposed a monetary penalty on ICICI Bank. Next question. As per the RBI 2025 draft circular on simplifying claim settlement after the death of an account holder, what is the compensation rate banks must pay for delays in settling deposit related claims due to their fault? Right answer. Bank rate plus 4% per annum is the right answer. Option C. The Reserve Bank of India has released a draft circular aimed at simplifying the claim settlement processes following the death of an account holder. In cases where the delay is due to the bank, compensation must be paid in the form of interest at a rate of bank rate plus 4% per annum on the settlement amount for the delay period. Next question. As per the RBI draft guidelines on claim settlement, what is the maximum thresholds limit bank must set for claims without nominations of survivor clauses based on their risk management policies. Right answer, rupees 15 lakh is the right answer, option C. Bank must implement an easy procedure for claims on accounts where there is no nomination or in joint accounts without nominee or survivor clauses to prevent hardship on to claimants or legal thresholds. A threshold limit of rupees 15 lakh must be set by banks based on their risk management policies for such claims. Claims must be settled within 15 days after receiving all required documents. For local or articles in safe custody claims, banks must process the claim and notifying the claimant within 15 days to schedule the inventory of the lockers or articles. Next question. According to the report, the Reserve Bank of India outlines 7 guiding principles for AI adoptions in the financial sector. Which of the following is not one of the 7 foundational principles sutras recommended by the committee? Profit maximization is the right answer. A committee set up by the Reserve Bank of India has submitted a report on framework for responsible and ethical enablement of AI, artificial intelligence free AI in the financial sector. The committee recommended a forward-looking approach with 7 foundational principles, sutras, and 26 actionable recommendations under 6 strategic pillars. The 7 sutras are trust in the foundation, people first, innovation over restraint, fairness and equity, accountability, understandable by design and safety, resilience and sustainability. Next question. Under which section of the RBI Act 1934 were the scores of 16 NBFCs originally cancelled? Section 45I, option A is the right answer. The Reserve Bank of India has restored the certificate of registration of 2 NBFCs, Sabros Finvest Private Limited, Alpine Finlease Limited. The restoration followed favorable orders from the Appellate Authority and relevant courts. The RBI cancelled course of 16 NBFCs under Section 45I of the RBI Act 1934, prohibiting them from NBFCs related activities. Next question. What is the major changes in settlement under the Reserve Bank of India check truncation system reform? CTS reform. Right answer, settlement will shift to same day hourly settlements. Option B is the right answer. On 13th of August 2025, the Reserve Bank of India will transition the CTS to a continuous clearing and settlement on realizations in 2 phases. Phase 1 begins on 4th of October 2025 and Phase 2 on 3rd of Jan 2026. The current batch-based system T plus 1 or T plus 2 will be replaced by same-day hourly settlement. Checks will be scanned and sent continuously between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. with confirmation by drawee banks until 7 p.m. In Phase 1, checks not confirmed by 7 p.m. will be deemed approved in Phase 2. Confirmation must occur within T plus 3 hours of presentation. This move aims to reduce settlement risk, improve customer experience, and enhance banking efficiency. As per the Reserve Bank of India guidelines, what is the minimum percentage of every loan that each lender must retain on its own books under co-lending arrangements? What is the right answer? 10%. Option C is the right answer of this question. RBI released final co-lending norms on August 6, 2025, effective from 1st of Jan 2026. Norms apply to scheduled commercial banks excluding SFBs, RRBs, LABs, all India financial institutions and NBFCs including HFCs. Each lender must retain a minimum 10% of every loan on its own books to ensure risk participation. Default loss guarantee is restricted to 5% of the total outstanding pool. Loan portion must be transferred to co-lending partners within 15 days of disbursement. Borrowers will be charged a blended interest rate reflecting the weighted average of partner lenders' rates. If any lender classifies a loan as NPA SMA, all partners must follow escrow accounts and public disclosures are mandatory. Next question. RBI announces three major initiative doorstep KYC camp simplified claims for deceased customers. RBI has directed banks to organize special camps at the panchayat level from July 1st to 30 of September 2025. With the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana PMJDY completing 10 years, a large number of bank accounts are now due for re-KYC, know your customer updates. To make this process easier, the RBI has directed banks to organize special camps at the panchayat level from July 1st to September 30. These camps will not only help account holder update their KYC details but also provide information on micro insurance schemes, promote pension plans for rural customers, offer grievances redressal facilities on the spot. Next question. RBI had decided to transition CTS to continuous clearing and settlement on realization in two phases. Phase 2 shall be implemented from 3rd of January 2026. Option C is the right answer. It has been decided to transition CTS to continuous clearing and settlement on realization in two phases. Phase 1 shall be implemented on 4th of October 2025 and Phase 2 on 3rd of Jan 2026. This directive is issued under Section 10 to read with Section 18 of Payment and Settlement System Act 2007, Act 51 of 2007. Modalities of continuous clearing with settlement on realizations in CTS. First, single presentation session with continuous delivery. For first जो रहेगा there shall be a single presentation session from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Checks received by the branches shall be scanned and sent to the clearing houses by the banks immediately and continuously during the presentation session. The clearing house will in turn release the check images and drawing banks on a continuous basis. Second, continuous inward processing and confirmation by banks. First, the confirmation session shall start 10 a.m. to close at 7 p.m. For every check presented, the drawing bank shall generate either positive confirmation for honored checks or negative confirmation for dishonored checks. Each checks will contain the item expiry time, which indicates the latest time by which confirmation for the presented instruments needs to be provided by the drawing banks. Processing by drawing banks is to be done continuously throughout the day and on a real-time basis as soon as check images are received. Information of positive negative confirmation shall be sent by drawing banks to the clearing house immediately after processing. Time available in inward processing during phase 1 from October 4 to Jan 2, 2026. Drawing banks shall be required to confirm positively, negatively check presented on them latest by end of confirmation session 7 p.m. as those will be deemed to have been approved and included for settlement. Item expiry time for all checks shall be set as 7 p.m. in phase 1. In phase 2, from Jan 3rd, 2026, the item expiry time of checks shall be changed to T+3 clear hours. For example, the checks received by drawing banks between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. will have to be confirmed positively or negatively by them by 2 p.m. 3 hours from 11 a.m. Checks for which confirmation is not provided by the drawing banks in the prescribed 3 hours shall be treated as deemed approved and included for settlement at 2 p.m. Settlement on realizations. No accounting entries will be posted for presentation of checks. Starting from 11 a.m. settlement will be arrived every hour till the end of confirmation session based on the positive confirmation received from drawee banks and check considered deemed approved. Third, no accounting entries shall be passed for check with negative confirmation. Releasing payment to customer on completions of settlement, clearing house shall release the information of positive and negative confirmations to the presenting banks. The presenting bank shall process the same and release the payment to the customer immediately but not later than 1 hour from successful settlement subject to usual safeguards. Next question. What was the amount of liquidity injected by the Reserve Bank of India through the variable rate repo VRR auction on 23rd of July 2025? Right answer 50,000 crore rupees is the right answer, option B. On 23rd of July 2025, the Reserve Bank of India conducted a surprise two-day variable rate repo auctions VRR auctions to inject rupees 50,000 crore into the banking system. Reasons: the overnight call money rate had surged to 5.79%, breaching the repo rate of 5.50%, prompting RBI to shift its liquidity stance from absorptions to injections. Liquidity strains despite a surplus of rupees 2.42 lakh crore, nearly rupees 2 lakh crore was locked in reverse repo operations, leaving only rupees 42,000 crore as usable liquidity. Auctions outcome: banks bid 71,902 crore rupees. RBI accepted rupees 50,001 crore at a weighted average rate of 5.58%. Impact: the move helped stabilize short-term rates and signaled RBI commitment to maintaining monetary policy alignment. Next question. According to the Reserve Bank of India, imposed a penalty of rupees 2.70 lakh on Shriram Finance Limited for violating provisions under which act? Right answer RBI Digital Lending Directions 2025. Option C is the right answer. The Reserve Bank of India imposed a monetary penalty of rupees 2.70 lakh on Shriram Finance Limited for violating provisions of the RBL Digital Lending Directions 2025. The penalty on SFL was imposed under the powers granted by Section 58G and Section 58B of the RBI Act 1934. RBI clarifies that this penalty is for regulatory non-compliance and does not affect the validity of any transactions or agreements between Shriram Finance and its customers. Shriram Finance Limited is one of India's largest retail non-banking financial companies. Separately, RBI imposed a monetary penalty of rupees 4.88 lakh on HDFC Bank Limited. The penalty on HDFC Bank was imposed under Section 11 of Foreign Exchange Management Act FEMA 1999. The violations involve granting a term loan to a client without adherence to FEMA norms. Next question. Who has been appointed as the new CEO, Chief Executive Officer of the Reserve Bank of India Innovation Hub RBIH in 2025? Sahil Kini, option C is the right answer. Sahil Kini, a veteran fintech entrepreneur and a former Setu co-founder, has been named the new Chief Executive Officers of the Reserve Bank Innovation Hub RBIH in Bengaluru, succeeding Rajesh Bansal, who completed his 4-year term earlier in 2025. About the Reserve Bank of India यानी कि RBI Innovation Hub established in 2022 as a fully owned RBI arms in Bengaluru, mandate drive collaboration among government banks, startups and tech firms to spur inclusive lending, fraud prevention, and digital financial infrastructure. Next question. According to the RBI Financial Stability Report, how is India's financial system currently described? Right answer resilience and well capitalized is the right answer of this question, option C. Despite global uncertainties, India's financial system remains resilient and well capitalized as per the Reserve Bank of India Financial Stability Report FSR. Scheduled commercial banks has improved asset quality with gross non-performing assets GNPA near multi-decade low. Stress test indicates that banks' capital adequacy ratio CRAR will remain comfortably above minimum regulatory requirements even under several adverse scenarios. RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra highlighted the strength of banking and non-banking sectors with healthy balance sheets supporting economic stability. Structural challenges include trade fragmentation, rapid technology disruptions, climate change, and geopolitical tensions, making economic forecasts difficult and policy intervention challenging. Next question. As per the RBI revised guidelines issued on 11th of July 2025, what is the maximum loan to value LTV ratio allowed for agriculture and MSME loan up to rupees 2.5 lakh where gold or silver is voluntarily pledged? Right answer 85%. Option A is the right answer. On 11th of July 2025, the RBI issued revised guidelines allowing voluntary pledging of gold and silver as a collateral for agriculture and MSME loans even within the collateral-free limit. Important key highlights: voluntary collateral, borrowers can offer gold, silver willingly, banks cannot insist on it. Collateral-free limit loan up to rupees 2 lakh remain collateral-free, but voluntary pledges are now permitted without breaching norms. LTV ratio up to rupees 2.5 lakh 80% to rupees 2.5 to 5 lakh 80%, above rupees 5 lakh 75%. Applicability rules apply to commercial banks, RRBs, cooperative banks, and small finance bank. Purpose is enhance credit access, especially in rural areas, and reduce reliance on informal lenders. Next question. Recently, the RBI, Reserve Bank of India, proposed creating a financial conditions index (FCI) for India with a daily frequency to enhance real-time monitoring of the country's financial health. Since which base year will the financial market conditions be compared in the RBI FCI? Right answer 2012 is the right answer. Option D. Reserve Bank of India has proposed creating a financial conditions index (FCI) for India with the daily frequency to enhance real-time monitoring of the country's financial health. The index aims to provide a high frequency gauge of how tight or easy financial market conditions are compared to their historical average since 2012. Next question. What is the maximum that a single regulated entity such as a bank or NBFC can invest in an AIF scheme under the revised norms? 10% of the AIF corpus. Option B is the right answer. On 29th of July, the RBI issued relaxed norms for lenders investing in alternative investment fund scheme under the new investment in AIF Directions 2025. Individual cap. First, individual cap, a single regulated entity, RE like a bank or NBFC, can invest up to 10% of an AIF scheme's corpus. Second, collective cap, all REs together can invest up to 20% of the corpus, up from 15% in draft norms. Third, provisioning rule eased. If an AIF invests in a debtor company of the lender excluding equity instruments, the lender must now provisions only proportionality, not 100%. Fourth, equity carve out. Investment in equity shares, CCPs or CCDs are excluded from provisioning norms. Fifth, these changes aims to balance risk management with growth, especially after concerns over loan evergreening via AIF. Next, the new norms take effect from Jan 1st, 2026, but lenders may adopt them earlier based on internal policy. Next question. RBI prepayment charge or loans directions 2025 shall be applicable to all loans and advances sanctioned or renewed on or after 1st of Jan 2026. These directions shall be called the Reserve Bank of India Prepayment Charges on Loan Directions 2025. These directions shall be applicable to all loans to an advance sanctioned or renew on or after January 1st, 2026. Third, these directions shall apply to all commercial banks excluding payments banks, cooperative banks, NBFC and all India financial institutions. Fourth, NRE shall adhere to the following directions regarding levy of prepayment charges on all floating rates loans and advances. For all loans, next, for all loans granted for purpose other than business to individual with or without co-obligants and REs shall not levy prepayment charges. Second, for all loans granted for business purpose to individual and MSCs with or without co-obligants. Next, commercial banks excluding small finance banks, regional rural banks and local area banks are tier 4, primary urban cooperative bank and NBFC, ULN and all India financial institutions shall not levy any prepayment charges. Next, a small finance bank, a regional rural bank, and tier 3 primary urban cooperative bank, state cooperative bank, central cooperative bank, and NBFC-MS should not levy any prepayment charges on loans without sanction amount limit up to rupees 50 lakh. Next question. NSDL Payment Bank Limited in the second schedule of the RBI Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 notified on 19th of June 2025 is the right answer of this question. It is the advice that NSDL Payment Bank Limited has been included in the second schedule of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 wide notifications dated 19th of June 2025 and published in the Gazette of India Part 3 Section 4 dated 10th of July 2025. Next question. RBI has mandated the use of the FRI system across bank and financial institution. What is the full form of FRI? Financial Fraud Risk Indicator. Option D is the right answer. On 30 of June 2025, the RBI issued an advisory mandating the use of the FRI system across scheduled commercial banks, payment banks, NBFCs, UPI service providers, and other financial institutions. The step followed the launch of the FRI by the DOT in May 2025 and is part of the larger national strategy to fight digital payment frauds amid the rapid expansion of India's digital economy. Objectives and purpose of FRI to detect and mitigate cyber threats and financial frauds at the point of transactions, to create a collaborative intelligence sharing ecosystem between telecom authorities and financial entities. Next, to reduce response time and enable instant decision making in blocking or flagging fraudulent activities. Next points. FRI classifies mobile number into 3 risk categories. First, medium. Second, high. Third, very high. Next, risk classification is based on first reports from National Cybercrime Reporting Portal NCRP. Second, intelligence from Chaksu platform. Third, input from banks and financial institutions. Next point, real-time action enabled by RBI. Banks and fintech platform can first block or delay high-risk transactions. Next, alert customer before processing questionable payments. Next, verify, identify before allowing sensitive actions. Help prevent UPI-based and mobile-linked financial frauds. Institutions already adopting FRI: PhonePe, Paytm, ICICI Bank, PNB, HDFC Bank, and India Post Payment Bank. Next question. From 16th of July 2025, all India government payment above rupees 75 crore must be made through the RBI e-Kuber system. Starting 16th of July, all payment made by central government departments that are more than rupees 75 crore must go through the Reserve Bank of India's e-Kuber system. This system is an online platform that helps the RBI settle money transfer for the government and other banks. Next points. Earlier, only payments over rupees 50 crore were required to go through e-Kuber. Now that limit has been brought down for some types of payments. The limit is now rupees 100 crore. The main reason of this move is to make the payment system faster, cleaner, and more accurate. With e-Kuber, it will take just 24 hours to match account details instead of waiting of many days. It also helps in real-time tracking of how money is being spent by different departments. This improves transparency and ensure there is no misuse or delay in big payments. Next question. Exim Pay gets RBI approval for cross-border payment aggregator license. Where is the headquarter of Exim Pay? Right answer, Bengaluru. Option D. Exim Pay in principle PSEB approval by RBI marks a significant step towards digital inclusive and regulations compliant cross-border trade with its eyes set on the high-growth India's Asia corridor. Exim is prepared to simplify payment infrastructure for SMEs, leveraging its regulatory. According to founder Arjun Jhacharia, Exim aims to grow 10x by financial year 26, targeting exponential growth to market across Asia. Next, RBI eases investment rule for banks and NBFC in alternative investment funds, raising to overall exposure cap to 20% and excluding equity investment from strict provisioning norms. Right answer, 1st of Jan 2026. Option A is the right answer of this question. The RBI has announced a significant relaxations in its rule governing how much banks and non-banking financial companies NBFCs, together referred to as regulated entities, can invest in alternative investment funds. Under the new framework, the RBI has capped the cumulative investment exposures of all REs in an AIF scheme at 20% of the scheme corpus. Additionally, the investment by a single REs is capped at 10% of the scheme's corpus. These new directions will take effect from 1st of Jan 2026 or earlier if a particular RE chooses to adopt them under its internal policy. Next question. On June 3rd, 2025, the Reserve Bank of India launched a 5-part documentary series titled RBI Unlocked Beyond the Rupee in collaboration with which of the following? Right answer, option A, Jio Hotstar. Option A is the right answer. The Reserve Bank of India, in collaboration with Jio Hotstar, has launched a 5-part documentary series titled RBI Unlocked Beyond the Rupee. The project has been produced by Chalkboard Entertainment. Next, the project was commissioned by RBI to visually document its 90-year history with the objective of creating awareness about its various functions and roles. The RBI, as a full-service central bank, performs a wide range of functions including currency management, monetary policy, regulations and supervision of banks and NBFC, regulations of currency and interest rates, market and payments and settlement system, and financial inclusion. This documentary portrays the essence of RBI function in an intelligible manner to a wider demographic of people. Next question. The RBI has increased the agency commission rates paid to banks for conducting central and state government business for electronic mode increased from rupees 9 to dash per transaction. Right answer, option C, 12 is the right answer of this question. The RBI has increased the agency commission rates paid to banks for conducting central and state government business. The revision comes into effect from 1st of April 2025. Important key revision in agency commissions. Electronic mode revenue receipts and payments increased from rupees 9 to 12 per transactions. Physical mode revenue receipts and payments remains unchanged at rupees 40 per transactions. Next, pension payments central state government increased from rupees 75 to rupees 80 per transaction. Next, other government payments non-pension revised from 6.5 paise to 7 paise per rupees 100 turnover. Next question. To combat the rising instances of fraud in Aadhaar-enabled payment system AEPS transactions, the Reserve Bank of India has introduced a set of revised operational guidelines effective from 1st of January 2026. Option A is the right answer. Aim and objectives to strengthen the security and reliability of AEPS transactions, to prevent, identify theft, credential misuse and operational fraud and rural banking touchpoints, to enhance accountability of AEPS touchpoints operators and the banks that manage them. Important key guidelines issued: KYC and due diligence. Acquiring bank must conduct full KYC at onboarding as per RBI Master Direction KYC 2016. Operators inactive for over 6 months must undergo KYC re-verification before being reactivated. One operator, one bank rule. AEPS touchpoint operators will be allowed to work with only one acquiring bank. Implementation and enforcement lie with NPCI and the acquiring banks. Operator activity monitoring. Bank must continuously monitor operator transactions. Assign transactions limits based on risk profile. Match transactions location with registered operators' addresses. Real-time regularity checks designed to detect location mismatches, suspicious activity, or unauthorized access instantly helps in tackling fraud from stolen or cloned Aadhaar credentials. More mandatory adherence to all entity must comply with NPCI AEPS guidelines under the Payment and Settlement System Act 2007. Next question. India has become the dash country where Emirates NBD has established an onshore presence following the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Singapore and the UK. Right answer option D, 6 is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India has granted in principle approval to Emirates NBD Banks PJSC to set up a wholly owned subsidiary in India. This is under the scheme for setting up of WOS by foreign banks in India. Emirates NBD Bank's currency operates in India through branches in Chennai, Gurugram and Mumbai. The in principle approval allow the banks to convert its existing branches into a WOS structure. RBI will consider granting a full banking license under Section 22 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 after the bank fulfills all RBI's conditions as part of this approval. Emirates NBD is among the few foreign banks to get regulatory clearance via the WOS route. Other banks with WOS in India includes DBS Bank India and SBM India. Emirates NBD inaugurated its first full-fledged Indian branch in Mumbai in 2017. India is the sixth country where Emirates NBD has an onshore presence after the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Singapore and the UK. Next question. Which of the following country is not among the initial proposed recipients of rupee denominated loans under the RBI plans to internationalize the rupee? Right answer option D, Myanmar is the right answer of this question. The RBI is seeking approval from the Union government to allow domestic banks and their foreign branches to lend rupee to overseas borrowers for the first time. The proposal targets neighboring countries such as Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal and Sri Lanka as the initial recipients of rupee den. This move is aimed at internationalizing the rupee and enhancing its use and acceptability in global trade. According to the Ministry of Commerce, 90% of India export to South Asia in 2024 and 25 were to these four countries, totaling nearly $25 billion. Currently, foreign branches of Indian banks can only provide loan in foreign currencies, mostly to Indian firms, and cannot lend in rupee. Next question. Reserve Bank of India impose penalty on Union Bank of India and Transactory Technology Private Limited Landbox for regulatory non-compliance. What is the penalty amount imposed on Transactory Technology Private Limited Landbox? Right answer rupees 40 lakh. Option D is the right answer of this question. The RBI imposed penalty on Union Bank of India and Transactory Technology Private Limited Landbox for regulatory non-compliance. Union Bank of India was fined rupees 63.6 lakh rupees for violating provisions of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 and directions related to credit flow to agriculture collateral-free agricultural loans. Transactory Technology Private Limited was fined rupees 40 lakh for non-compliance with the non-banking financial company P2P lending platform directions 2017. The penalties are due to deficiencies in regulatory compliance. RBI clarified that the penalties do not question the validity of any transactions or agreements entered into by the entities with the customer. Next question. Recently, the Reserve Bank of India to create a cash flow analysis system for scheduled commercial banks. What is the primary goal of the cash flow analysis process for SCBs? Right answer, evaluate liquidity under extreme but plausible scenarios. Option C is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India plans to strengthen liquidity stress test of scheduled commercial banks by developing a cash flow analysis process. The cash flow analysis will evaluate the impact of extreme but plausible scenarios of banks' liquidity positions, ensuring they can meet obligations during crisis. The process will provide a forward-looking perspectives and assess the stability of banks' liquidity under adverse conditions. Key update from RBI 55th Monetary Policy Meeting, June 2025. Policy rate cut. Repo rate reduced by 50 basis points from 6 to 5.50%. Reason to support growth while CPI inflation is well below target. This is the second cut in 2025, totaling 100 bps since Feb. Adjusted policy corridor. Standing deposit facility rate cut to 5.25, 20 bps below repo rate. Marginal standing facility MSF rate and bank rate lowered to 5.75%, 25 bps above repo rate. Shift in policy stance from accommodative to neutral. RBI indicates it will now take a data-dependent approach, reducing scope for further aggressive rates cuts. Next question. As per RBI circular dated 12th of June 2025, banks must update KYC for low-risk customer by dash or within 1 year from the due date. Right answer 30 of June 2026 is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India on June 12, 2025 issued a circular easing KYC Know Your Customer norms. The central bank has now allowed business correspondents to update KYC information and introduced a video-based customer identification process VCIP for both onboarding and information updation. These steps are particularly relevant for rural and semi-urban customers whose accounts often turn inoperative due to outdated KYC details. Deadlines for KYC updations. Bank must update KYC for low-risk customers by June 2026 or within 1 year from the due date, whichever is later. Video-based KYC VCIP customers can now update their KYC via video uploads, enhancing digital accessibility. Next, business correspondents empowered banks are allowed to let BCs update customer KYC, especially helpful in rural and semi-urban areas. Next, special focus on inoperative accounts. Reactivations of dormant or frozen accounts can now be done using these simplified methods. Next, KYC camps in rural areas. Banks advised to organize outreach camps to speed up the KYC process in underserved regions. Next question. What was the capital to risk weighted asset ratio CRAR of banks as reported by the RBI for financial year 24-25? Right answer 16.8%. Option B is the right answer of this question. Banks profitability up, NPAs at 2.5%, 30 years low, CRAR at 16.8, fraud surged to 21,367 crore rupees. Unclaimed deposits rose to 78,213 crore rupees. Balance sheet up 8.2% to 76.25 lakh crore rupees. Income rose 22.7% to 3.38 lakh crore rupees, enabling to a 2.69 lakh crore rupees surplus transfer to the government. Next question. As per the RBI second bi-monthly monetary policy for financial year 25-26, what is the revised CPI inflation forecast for financial year 25-26? Right answer 3.7% is the right answer of this question. Repo rate cut reduced by 50 basis points to 5.50%, marking the third consecutive rate cut this year. Cash reserve ratio lowered by 100 basis points to 3%, implemented in 4 stages to enhance liquidity. GDP growth projection retained at 6.5% for financial year 25-26, supported by the government capital expenditure and resilient consumption. Inflation outlook. CPI inflation revised down to 3.7%, reflecting stable food prices and easing fuel cost. Policy stance shifted from accommodative to neutral, signaling a balanced approach to monetary policy. Next question. As per the RBI notification on June 6, 2025, what is the new minimum qualifying asset thresholds of NBFC MFI? 60%. Option C is the right answer of this question. Next question. Why did the RBI discontinue daily variable rate repo auctions on 11th of June 2025 due to surplus liquidity in the banking system? Option B is the right answer of this question. RBI discontinued daily variable rate repo auctions on 11th of June due to surplus liquidity in the banking system estimated at 2.75 to 3 lakh crore rupees. Recent auctions saw low demand with bank borrowing only rupees 3,711 crore on June 9th and rupees 3,853 crore on June 10 against a 25,000 crore rupees limit. The RBI 100 bps cash reserve ratio CRR cut is expected to release 2.5 lakh crore into the system. Next question. What is the new standard assets provisioning requirements for under construction project as per RBI 2025 norms? Right answer option B, 1% is the right answer. Next question. Reserve Bank of India has shifted in Andhra Pradesh regional office to which city? Right answer Vijayawada. Option C is the right answer of this question. Next question. According to the latest release, the overall SDQI score for SCBs has improved from 88.6 in March 2024 to right answer 89.3 in March 2025. RBI has developed the Supervisory Data Quality Index to assess the quality of data submitted by scheduled commercial bank. This index evaluates banks based on 4 crucial parameters: accuracy, timeliness, completeness, consistency. Distributions of SDQI scores March 2024 to March 2025. The RBI also shared the distributions of SCBs based on their SDQI performance. These are classified under 4 scoring bands. Less than 70 major concerns, between 17 and 80 need improvement, between 80 and 90 acceptable, more than 90 good. March 2025 key observations: 1 bank scored below 70 major concerns, 44 banks scored between 80 and 90 acceptable, 42 banks scored above 90 good. Next question. Reserve Bank of India has announced that the call money market timings is still 7 p.m. starting 1st of July 2025. The Reserve Bank of India has announced that the call money market timing will be extended by 2 hours till 7 p.m. starting 1st of July. Next question. What was India's global rank in FDI inflow between 2020 and 2024 as per the RBI bulletin June 2025? Right answer option D, 16 is the right answer. Next question. Which Indian law governs the final issuance of banking license to foreign banks establishing subsidiaries in India? Banking Regulation Act 1949. Option B is the right answer. On 19th of May, the RBI granted in principle approval to Emirates NBD Bank PJSC, a leading UAE-based banking group, to establish a wholly owned subsidiary in India. Important key highlights: first, expansion strategy; next, regulatory compliance; next, foreign bank presence; next, strategic benefits. Next question. Recently, RBI requested government approval to expand contingent's risk buffer band. Which committee recommended the current economic capital framework, including CRB guidelines? Right answer Bimal Jalan Committee. Option D is the right answer. RBI reviewed its economic capital framework and sought the government's approval to expand the contingent risk buffer band. Next question. According to the RBI Act 1934, under which section is every note issued by the RBI guaranteed by the central government? Section 26(2). Option A is the right answer of this question. RBI will soon issue rupees 20 denomination banknote in the Mahatma Gandhi new series bearing the signature of the new RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra. The design remains unchanged from existing rupees 20 notes except for the signature. Dimension 63 mm and 129 mm. Base color greenish yellow. Reverse illustration, Ellora Cave symbolizing India's cultural heritage. Legal tender status, all previously issued ₹20 notes will remain legal tender. Legal tender refers to coins or banknotes that are legally acceptable to discharge debts or obligations. Every note issued by RBI is guaranteed by the central government as per the section 26 of the RBI Act 1934. Even ₹1 note issued by the government of India are legal tender. RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra was appointed as the RBI Governor from 11th of December 2024 for a 3-year term. Next, under the new RBI regulations, which portal must regulated entities use to report their digital lending apps DLAs? Right answer, Centralized Information Management System, CIMS is the right answer. RBI issued a new regulations under the Reserve Bank of India Directions 2025 aimed at increasing transparency and accountability in the digital lending sector. Centralized reporting of digital lending apps. All regulated entities must upload details of their DLAs on the Centralized Information Management System portal by 15th of June 2025. Next question, as per RBI proposed KYC changes, how many advance intimations must banks give before the KYC due date? Right answer, option C, 3 is the right answer of this question. The RBI has proposed draft amendments to its KYC master directions aiming to simplify compliance and reduce the burden on customers, particularly those classified as low risk. Next question, what percentage of ATM must be configured to dispense ₹100 or ₹200 notes by September 30, 2025? Right answer, option D, 75%. Next question, which organization became the first to be recognized under RBI 2024 SRO framework for financial markets? Right answer, FIMMDA. What is the full form? Fixed Income Money Market and Derivatives Association of India, FIMMDA full form. Okay, RBI has officially recognized the FIMMDA as the SRO, self-regulatory organization for financial markets, on 7th of May 2025. Important key highlights. First, SRO under RBI framework, role of FIMMDA framework, guidelines, market impact. Next question, what regulatory change did the RBI implement regarding concentration limits for foreign portfolio investors in corporate bonds? Right answer, remove the 15% concentration limit entirely. Option D is the right answer of this question. Next, what is the primary purpose of the 3 surveys launched by the RBI in May 2025 to gather consumer sentiments ahead of the monetary policy meeting? Option B is the right answer of this question. Next question, from 1st of May 2025, the Reserve Bank of India mandates use of Pravaha portal for all regulatory applications from 1st of May 2025. What is the full form of Pravaha as per the RBI's directive? Right answer, platform for regulatory applications, validations and authorization. Option B is the right answer of this question. RBI has issued a directive requiring all regulated financial entities to use the Pravaha portal for submitting applications related to license, authorization and approval starting 1st of May 2025. This move aims to centralize regulatory communication and bring uniformity across the financial system. What is the Pravaha? Pravaha stands for Platform for Regulatory Applications, Validations and Authorization. It is a secure web-based digital platform launched by the RBI, purpose to enable filling, tracking and managing of application for license, authorization and approvals. Next question, who chaired the RBI working group that reviewed trading and settlement timings in financial markets? Right answer, Radha Shyam Ratu is the right answer of this question. A working group of Reserve Bank of India chaired by Radha Shyam Ratu reviewed trading and settlement timings and recommended extending call money markets trading hours. Next question, recently the Reserve Bank of India proposed removing the cap of Vostro accounts investment to boost rupee linked trade. In which year did the RBI allow the Opening of special rupee voucher accounts for international trade settlement 2022. Option D is the right answer of this question. RBI has sought the government's approval to remove the cap on foreign banks using voucher accounts to buy short-term sovereign debts, aiming to boost rupee-denominated trade. Special rupee voucher accounts in 2022, the RBI allowed overseas banks to open SRVAs to settle trade transactions in the rupee as part of the efforts to enhance the currency internationalization. Next question. In May 2025, what was the monetary penalty imposed on ICICI banks by the RBI for non-compliance with cybersecurity and KYC directions? Right answer 97.80 lakh is the right answer of this question. It's the table. Bank of Baroda monetary penalty 61.40 lakh rupees. Reason you can check. Regulatory violations. IDBI Bank 31.80 lakh rupees. Bank of Maharashtra 31.80 lakh rupees. ICICI Bank 97.80 lakh rupees. Axis Bank 29.60 lakh rupees. Next question. Who was appointed as Deputy Governor of the Reserve Bank of India on 2nd of May 2025, leading the reassignment of portfolios? Right answer Dr. Poonam Gupta. Option B is the right answer. On 2nd of May 2025, the RBI reassigned portfolio among its 4 deputy governors following the appointment of Dr. Poonam Gupta. RBI has assigned roles among its deputy governor. Poonam Gupta oversees monetary policy, financial stability, economic and policy research, international affairs and communication. M. Rajeswar Rao manages regulation, enforcement, legal risk monitoring, coordination. T. Ravisankar handles payment system, fintech, foreign exchange, IT and government accounts. Swaminathan Janakiraman supervises consumer protection, financial inclusion, deposit insurance and inspection. Next question. What regulatory change did the RBI implement regarding concentrations of limits for foreign portfolio investor FPIs in corporate bonds? Right answer. Remove the 15% concentration limit entirely. Option D is the right answer. RBI relaxed foreign portfolio investor norms on corporate bonds on 8th of May 2025, aiming to boost foreign inflow and deepen India's bond market. Important key regulatory changes. Short-term investment limit removed. FPI were earlier restricted to investing only 30% of their corporate bond holding in securities with less than 1 year maturity. This limit is now removed, allowing FPIs to freely invest in shorter durations corporate bonds. Concentration limit withdrawn. Previously, FPIs could invest only up to 15% of the prevailing corporate bond investment limit. This restrictions is eliminated, giving FPI greater investment flexibility across corporate debt. Next, immediate implementation. Next, revised norms took effect immediately from 8th of May. Next, FPI can now diversify holding without regulatory constraint. Next question. RBI transferred how much amount surplus to center for financial year 25? Right answer 2,68,590.07 crore rupees. Option B is the right answer. Next question. On 21st of May 2025, RBI officially notified the establishment of a new payment regulatory board PRB, a dash member body tasked with regulating and supervising payment system in India. Option C 6 is the right answer. On 21st of May, the RBI officially notified the establishment of a new payment regulatory board, a 6-member board tasked with regulating and supervising payment system in India. This new board replaces the earlier board of regulations and supervision of payment and settlement system and notably includes for the first time 3 nominees from the central government. The PRB will be chaired by the RBI governor, reflecting the central bank's continued leadership role in the payment ecosystem. Next question. You can check the board name, replaces chairperson, members, ex officio members, government nominee, key functions. Next question. As per the RBI 2025 circular, from what age can minors independently open and operate bank accounts? Right answer option B. 10 years is the right answer of this question. India's central bank, the RBI, announced on 21st of April that minors above the age of 10 will be able to open and operate independent bank accounts. Minors of any age can open saving and term deposit accounts through their natural or legal guardians. Minors can also open such accounts with their mother as the guardians. RBI latest circular encourages banks to catch depositors young by allowing minors to open and operate deposit accounts. Bank may set limit and terms for opening and operations of minor account based on their risk management policies. The banks are free to offer additional facilities such as internet banking, ATM debit cards, and checkbooks to minors subjects to risk assessments and suitability. Next, independent operations, guardians operation options, additional services, transitions of majority, bank compliance purpose. Next question. What is the new compliance deadline for banks to meet the BIS regulations for not sorting machines NSMs? Right answer 1st of November 2025. Option D is the right answer of this question. RBI has extended the deadline for banks to comply with the BIS Bureau of Indian Standards regulations for not sorting machines. The revised implementation timeline is now set for 1st of November 2025 due to challenges raised by banks. These standards specify the performance and safety requirements of NSMs to ascertain the authenticity and fitness of banknotes processed. These requirements include the criteria specified in the guidelines issued by the RBI from time to time, such as soiling, limpness, dog ears, tears, holes, stains, folds, etc., which these machines must be able to detect adequately while processing the banknotes, right? Next question. Which Act's provisions did Imperial Urban Cooperative Bank fail to comply with, leading to the license cancellation? Right answer, Banking Regulation Act 1949. Option C is the right answer of this question. RBI has revoked the banking license for Jalandhar-based Imperial Urban Cooperative Banks Limited effective 25th of April 2025, citing multiple regulatory and financial shortcomings, and RBI cancelled the license of Ajanta Urban Cooperative Bank Maryadit based in Aurangabad, Maharashtra. Regulatory non-compliance, the bank failed to meet requirements under Section 22 to 22(3)(a) to 23(3)(e) of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Next question. According to RBI, what percentage of Ajanta's bank depositors will receive full reimbursements of their deposits through DICGC? Right answer, 91.55%. The RBI has cancelled the license of Ajanta Urban Cooperative Bank Maryadit Aurangabad as of 22nd of April 2025. The bank has ceased all banking operations. Upon liquidations, depositors will be eligible to receive up to rupees 5 lakh per depositors, and under Deposit Insurance Credit Guarantee Corporation DICGC, according to RBI data, will receive full reimbursements of their deposits through DICGC. Next question. What is the deadline set by the RBI for banks to migrate their digital operations to the bank.in domain? Right answer, 31st of October 2025. RBI has set a deadline of 31st of October 2025 for all banks to transition their digital operations to the bank.in domain. This move aims to improve the security infrastructure of online banking services and make digital banking more secure and user-friendly. The transitions to a unified domain is in response to the increasing cybersecurity threats posed by cybercriminals exploiting vulnerabilities in online platforms. Banks will need to update their IT infrastructure to comply with the new requirements, ensuring a seamless and secure banking experience for customers. The RBI circular issued on 22nd of April references the 7th of Feb 2025 policy on enhancing trust in the financial sector through bank.in and fin.in domains to combat digital fraud. Next question. The Reserve Bank of India took 79 enforcement actions against banks, non-banking financial companies in financial year 25. Which bank faced the highest penalty during financial year 25? Jammu and Kashmir Bank. Option B is the right answer of this question. The RBI undertook 79 enforcement action against banks and NBFCs in financial year 25 as per a report by FACE and RBI recognized self-regulatory organization. Out of these, 48 actions were against NBFC, 30 against banks and 1 against a credit bureau. J&K Bank faced the highest penalty of 3.31 crore rupees for violations related to BSBD accounts, beneficial ownership, identification, and working capital loans against government subsidies. Next question. What is the primary objective of the RBI? कहता है WhatsApp channel to enhance public awareness and financial literacy. Option C is the right answer of this question. In a move to enhance public awareness and promote financial literacy, the Reserve Bank of India has launched a verified WhatsApp channel under its ongoing RBI कहता है initiative. This latest step by the RBI aims to deliver crucial financial information directly to citizens in simple and accessible manner. The RBI has been conducting public awareness campaigns through various platforms including text message, televisions, and digital advertisement. With the introductions of the WhatsApp channel, the RBI plans to strengthen its outreach efforts and ensure that the important financial message reach people across different regions of the country. The central bank stated that the WhatsApp channel would share updates on financial literacy, fraud prevention, and secure banking practices. This initiative is expected to increase accessibility, strengthen public trust, and promote safer banking habits among users. Next question. Which regulatory body granted Piramal Finance the certificate of registrations as an NBFC ICC? Right answer, Reserve Bank of India. Option B is the right answer of this question. Piramal Enterprises announced that the RBI under Section 45 IA of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 on 4th of April 2025 has granted a certificate of registrations on Piramal Finance, formerly known as the Piramal Capital and Housing Finance, a wholly owned subsidiary of the company, to commence its business of non-banking financial institution, investment and credit company NBFC ICC without accepting public deposits. Next question. The new update allow NPCI to revise the transactions limit for P2M payments, which could go up to rupees 2 lakh or rupees 5 lakh in some cases. Before the revisions, what was the transactions limit for both P2P and P2M UPI payments? Right answer, rupees 1 lakh. Option D is the right answer. RBI has approved the increase of transactions limit for person to merchant payments made through the UPI. Transaction limits for P2M payments, previously UPI transactions were capped at rupees 1 lakh for both person to person and P2M payments. The new update allow NPCI to revise the transactions limit for P2M payments, which could go to rupees 2 lakh or rupees 5 lakh in some cases. Next question. Which company wholly owned subsidiary has received RBI approval to operate as a non-banking financial company NBFC? Right answer, Firstpay Technology. Option B is the right answer of this question. Securis Finance Private Limited, a wholly owned subsidiary Firstpay Technologies, has received approval from RBI to operate as a NBFC. The company is entering the education loan sector with a strong vision for growth. The firm plans to disburse rupees 100 crore in education loan during its first year, aiming to reach rupees 1000 crore by 2030. Loan amount will range between rupees 50,000 to rupees 5 lakh, and the company expects to serve over 10,000 students in the first year alone. The company is focusing on the students in Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, NCR, Hyderabad, and Pune cities known for their robust educational infrastructure. About the NBFC, NBFC is a full form of a non-banking financial company. Is a financial institution that offers financial services like loans, insurance, and investment, but is not a bank. NBFC are regulated by the RBI. NBFC functions. NBFC cannot accept demand deposit. NBFC do not form a part of the payment and settlement system and cannot issue checks drawn on itself. Deposit insurance facility of the Deposit Insurance of Credit Guarantee Corporation is not available to depositors of NBFC, unlike in the case of banks. Next question. Where was the special postage stamps on RBI's 90th anniversary released? Right answer, National Center for the Performing Arts, NCPA, Mumbai. Option C is the right answer of this question. The Honorable President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, released a special postage stamps commemorating the 90th anniversary of the Reserve Bank of India at the National Center for the Performing Arts, Mumbai. RBI legacy and contributions established on 1st of April 1935 in Kolkata. The RBI played a pivotal role in monetary policy and financial regulations, currency management and government debt management, financial inclusion, literacy and consumer awareness. As it completes 9 decades, the RBI continued to uphold its principle of stability, trust and growth. Features of the special postage system symbolize RBI journey over 90 years, showcasing its original headquarters in Kolkata, where it was first established. It presents headquarters in Mumbai, representing its evaluations. Include the 90 years RBI logo with the inscription stability, trust, growth, reflecting its core values and economic contributions. Next question: when did the RBI announce the withdrawal of rupees 2000 denomination banknotes? 19th of May 2023 is the right answer, option B. RBI in a recent press release has confirmed that 98.21% of rupees 2000 denomination banknotes in circulation as of 19th of May 2023 have been successfully returned to the banking system. This highlights the smooth executions of the withdrawal process initiated by the central bank. Initial circulations rupees 3.56 lakh crore worth of rupees 2000 notes were in circulation when the withdrawal was announced on 19th of May 2023. Current status as of March 31st, 2025, only 6,366 crore rupees worth of rupees 2000 notes remain in circulation. Next question. As per the RBI International Investment Position IIP data for December 2024, what was the total net claims by non-residents on India? Right answer 364.5 billion US dollar. Option B is the right answer. The data from the RBI highlights changes in India's international investment positions as of December 2024, released on March 10, 2025. Net claims by non-residents. This refers to the overall financial obligations India has to foreign entities. It increased by 11 billion US dollar, reaching a total of 364.5 billion US dollar. Foreign assets of Indian residents. These are the assets held abroad by Indians, which declined by 40.1 billion US dollar. A significant part of this was due to 70.1 billion US dollar decrease in reserves assets like foreign currency reserves. However, reserves assets did improve compared to the previous year, increasing by 13.2 billion US dollar. Non-residents claim in India. These represent investment or financial claims foreigner hold in India. This also declined by 29.1 billion US dollar, offsetting part of the increase in net claims. Next question. What was the percentage decline in total outward remittances under the liberalized remittance schemes LRS during April 2024 to Feb 2025 compared to the same period in the previous year? 8.2%. Option A is the right answer of this question. Remittances fell by 8.2% compared to the same period in the previous year, amounting to $27.02 billion, down from $29.43 billion. Key categories: international travel, education abroad, maintenance of relatives, immovable property purchases. Next question. What is the main objective of the MOU signed between FIU, IND and RBI on 17th of April 2025 to enhance coordinations and information exchange for effective compliance with PMLA? Option B is the right answer. On 17th of April 2025, the Financial Intelligence Unit India FIUIND and the Reserve Bank of India signed a MOU in New Delhi. FIUIND and RBI signed MOU for enhanced coordinations and information exchange. This MOU aims to enhance coordination and information exchange for effective compliance with the Prevention of Money Laundering Act PMLA and related rules. Next question. Which institutions was named the most innovative financial institutions globally by Global Finance in 2025? Reserve Bank of India. Option C is the right answer of this question. RBI was awarded for its Unified Lending Interface, a revolutionary initiative simplifying access to credit. ULI improves lender access to borrowers' financial data, streamlining and enhancing transparency in the lending process. Next question. As per the RBI, what is the FPI investment limit in government securities as a proportion of the outstanding stock for financial year 25-26? 6%. Option A is the right answer. Unchanged percentage limit. The percentage limit for FPI investments as a proportion of the outstanding stock of security will remain the same as the previous financial year. Government securities 6%, state government securities, SGS 2%, corporate bonds 15%. You can check the table. Next question. Who has been appointed as the executive directors by the Reserve Bank of India? Dr. Ajit Ratnakar Joshi. Option B is the right answer of this question. Next, RBI and DAS launched nationwide campaigns to boost financial literacy. NCFE, National Center for Financial Education. RBI and the NCFE have launched a nationwide financial literacy campaign to promote financial awareness and inclusion. This initiative implemented under the National Strategy for Financial Education (NSFE) aims to empower diverse sections of society with essential financial knowledge and skills. Special programs are being conducted across different age groups, particularly targeting youth below 18 years and senior citizens above 60 years. Important key highlights for the financial literacy campaign. First, financial literacy centers initiative. Next, RBI कहता है campaign. Next, mass media financial awareness campaign. Next, financial awareness messages fame booklet. Next, financial education programs by NCFE and CFL. Next, NCFE National Strategy for Financial Education and SFE. Next, financial literacy program in Northeast India. Next, Pan India Financial Literacy and Inclusion Survey 2017. Last, government commitment in financial inclusion. Next question. Which two institutions signed the second amendment and restatement agreement of the bilateral swap arrangement BSA? Right answer, Bank of Japan and Reserve Bank of India. Option D is the right answer of this question. The Bank of Japan, acting as an agent for the Ministry of Finance of Japan and the Reserve Bank of India, signed the second amendment and restatement agreement of the bilateral swap arrangement BSA. The BSA is a two-way arrangement where both authorities can swap their local currencies in exchange for the US dollar. The size of the BSA remains unchanged, that is up to 75 billion US dollar. Japan and India believe that the BSA, which aims to strengthen and complement other financial safety nets, will further deepen financial cooperation between the two countries and contribute to the regional and global financial stability. Next question. Which department of the RBI compiled the regulations at a glance handbook? Right answer, Department of Regulation, DOR. Option C is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India has released the regulations at a glance handbook compiled by the Department of Regulations to provide a broad overview of the regulatory landscape across various activities and entities. Organized into 6 chapters, it presents a tabular summary of major regulations issued by the DOR. Next question. What was the total penalty imposed by the Reserve Bank of India on HSBC? 66.60 lakh rupees. Option B is the right answer. RBI imposed a penalty of rupees 66.60 lakh on HSBC and 33.10 lakh rupees on IIFL Samasta Finance. HSBC outsourced the disposal closure of anti-money laundering alerts to a group company. HSBC failed to report unhedged foreign currency exposures of certain borrowers to credit information companies. HSBC opened saving deposit accounts for ineligible entities. IIFL Samasta Finance charge interest on loans before actual disbursement or check issuance. Next question. Which organization presented the Digital Transformation Award 2025 to RBI? Central Banking London. Option C is the right answer. The Reserve Bank of India won the Digital Transformation Award 2025 on 15th of March 2025. Awarding body, the award was presented by the Central Banking London. Recognitions acknowledge RBI leadership in digital innovation and operational improvements. Key initiatives: Aarthi system launched 2023 Jan. Digitized internal workflow, improved record keeping, data analysis and operational efficiency. Next, Pravaha platform launched May 2024, simplified regulatory processes for external stakeholders and integrated seamlessly with the Aarthi system for transparency and secure operations. Next question. What is the primary objective of the nationwide financial literacy campaign launched by RBI and NCFE on 11th of March 2025? To empower individuals with financial awareness and fraud prevention skill. Option B is the right answer. On 11th of March 2025, the RBI and the NCFE, National Center for Financial Education, launched a nationwide financial literacy campaign to promote financial awareness and inclusion across India. RBI and NCFP launched nationwide financial literacy campaign. Important key highlights: target group, initiatives, topics covered, objectives. Next question. What is the minimum net worth requirement for an entity to be recognized as an SRO under RBI AA framework? Right answer, rupees 2 crore. Option B is the right answer of this question. RBI introduced a framework for recognizing SRO, self-regulatory organizations, within the account aggregator AA system. The initiative aims to enhance governance, promote best practices, and ensure sustainable growth of the AA ecosystem. Important key highlights: eligibility, responsibility, application process, significance. Next question. As per the Reserve Bank of India report, which non-banking financial company faced the highest penalty of rupees 40 lakh imposed by the RBI for non-compliance with P2P lending regulations? Right answer, Fair Assets Technology India is the right answer. Option B. RBI has imposed total penalty of 76.6 lakh rupees on 4 non-banking financial companies for non-compliance with its P2P lending platform regulations. Fair Assets Technology India faced the highest penalty of rupees 40 lakh. Bridge Fintech Solution and Raise D P2P Financial Services were fined rupees 10 lakh. Next question. What is the main objective of the RBI कहता है campaign? Promoting safe banking practices through multimedia channel. Option D is the right answer. Education NCFP have launched multiple nationwide campaigns to enhance financial literacy in India. Lead banks have been directed to establish financial literacy centers to conduct special awareness camps. The RBI कहता है campaign promotes safe banking practices through multimedia channels, while mass media awareness program educate people across different age groups. To standardize financial education, RBI has developed the Financial Awareness Message Fame booklet, which includes targeted content for different groups including senior citizens. Next question. What is the name of the initiative launched by the RBI यानी कि Reserve Bank Innovation Hub to promote financial innovation? What is the right answer? Option C, Design Sala is the right answer of this question. RBIH has launched Design Sala, an initiative promoting financial innovation through Human-Centered Design (SCD). The program was launched by Nandan Nilekani, chairman and co-founder of Infosys, at the Building for Billions event in Bangalore. Design Sala focuses on developing financial solutions centered around real user needs, behavior, and experiences. About the RBIH, established 2021, headquartered Bangalore, parent organization Reserve Bank of India यानी RBI, chairperson Chris Gopalakrishnan, co-founder of Infosys, and CEO Rajesh Bansal. Next question. What is the maximum education loan amount that Kuhu Finance can offer with its expanded lending capacity? Rupees 2 crore is the right answer. Option D. Kuhu Finance has received approval for NBFC license from the RBI student loan focused lending platform, allowing it to lend from its books along with partner NBFCs and banks. The license is set to significantly expand Kuhu lending capacity, enabling the firms to offer education loans of up to rupees 2 crore across various academic disciplines. About the Kuhu Finance was founded by Prashant Bhonsle in June 2021 in Mumbai after recognizing a critical gap in education financing for Indian students studying domestically. Next question. Recently, the RBI approval allowed BRICS to facilitate which type of transaction? Export and import payments. Option B is the right answer. BRICS has received in principle authorization from RBI to operate as a payment aggregator for cross-border PACB. The approval allows the company to facilitate both export and import payments under the Payment and Settlement System Act 2007. The authorization aligns with the RBI updated regulatory framework introduced in October 2023. Next question. Reserve Bank of India, Bank of Mauritius signed a MOU to promote use of local currencies for cross-border transactions. What type of transactions are covered under the MOU? Right answer, both current account and permissible capital account transactions. Option C is the right answer. RBI and Bank of Mauritius have signed a MOU to promote local currency transactions. The agreement facilitates cross-border trade using Indian rupee and Mauritian rupee (MUR). It covers current accounts transactions and permissible capital account transactions. About the Bank of Mauritius, established September 1967, headquartered Port Louis, Mauritius. Governor Ramakrishnan Sithanan. Currency issued Mauritian rupee (MUR). Next question. For how many additional years have RRB been allowed to amortize pension-related expenditure from financial year 25 onwards? Right answer option C, 5 years is the right answer of this question. The Reserve Bank of India has allowed regional rural banks an additional 5 years from financial year 25 to amortize pension-related expenditure. The extension was granted due to difficulties in absorbing increased liabilities in a single year. Earlier, RRBs were permitted to amortize liabilities under the Employee Pension Scheme 2018 over 5 years from financial year 19. RRB must implement the pension scheme with effect from November 1st, 1993. If the expenditure is not fully charged to the profit and loss account in financial year 25, it can be amortized over a maximum of 5 years starting 31st of March 2025. Next, what is the revised risk weight for AAA rated NBFC after the RBI latest policy change? Right answer option D, 20% is the right answer. RBI unveiled a pivotal policy adjustment by lowering risk weight for bank lending to NBFCs and microfinance institutions effective 1st of April 2025. Next question. What is the primary purpose of the RBI Data Mobile app? Providing financial and microeconomic statistics. Option B is the right answer. RBI launched the RBI Data Mobile app on 18th of Feb 2025. Here are the key features and benefits of the app. Access to data visualizations tool, downloadable data, bank locator. Next question. RBI has introduced the RBI Data Mobile application designs to enhance public access to microeconomic and financial data. What type of data visualization tools are included in RBI data? Interactive graphs and charts. Option B is the right answer. RBI has introduced RBI Data and Mobile application designs to enhance public access to macroeconomic and financial data. One of the key features of RBI data is its interactive graphs and charts which helps user analyze time series data effectively. Why did the RBI impose monetary penalties on Citibank, Ashirwad Microfinance and JM Financial Home Loans? Right answer, for violating regulatory norms as per RBI supervisory findings. Option B is the right answer. RBI imposed monetary penalties on Citibank, Ashirwad Microfinance and JM Financial Home Loans for violating norms. Next question. What is the key proposal in the draft guidelines issued by the RBI regarding floating rates loans for retail and MSME borrowers? Right answer. RBI proposes to remove foreclosure charge on floating rates loans for retail and MSME borrowers, including those for business purposes. RBI has issued draft guidelines proposing the removal of foreclosure charges on floating rate loan for retail and MSME borrowers, including loan granted to individual borrowers for business purposes. Next question. What was the primary objective behind the RBI approval of the voluntary merger of urban cooperative banks on 8th of Feb 2025? To strengthen the urban cooperative banking sector? Option B is the right answer. The RBI announced the approval of the voluntary merger of two pairs of urban cooperative banks on 8th of Feb 2025. The merger came into effect on 10th of Feb 2025. Important highlight is strengthening the sector, enhance stability, improve customer services. Next question. According to the Reserve Bank of India, set to launch rupees 50 denomination banknotes with updated signature. What changes have been made to the design of the new rupees 50 banknotes? The design remains identical to the existing rupees 50 banknotes. Option B is the right answer. RBI will soon release rupees 50 denomination banknotes in the Mahatma Gandhi series with the signature of newly appointed Governor Sanjay Malhotra. No change in design. The design of the new rupees 50 notes will remain identical to the existing notes in the Mahatma Gandhi series. Next question. What restriction has RBI placed on deposit withdraw at New India Cooperative Bank? Withdraw are suspended for 6 months. Option B is the right answer. RBI bars New India Cooperative Banks from issuing new loans and suspends deposit withdraw for 6 months due to supervisory concerns and liquidity issues. RBI clarified that the bank's license is not cancelled and it will monitor the situations for further actions. Next question. Why did the Reserve Bank of India impose penalties on Ujjivan Small Finance Bank and Nainital Bank? Right answer for non-compliance with regulatory norms. Option C is the right answer of this question. RBI has imposed monetary penalties on Shriram Finance, Ujjivan Small Finance Bank and Nainital Bank for non-compliance with regulatory norms. Penalty on Shriram Finance, penalty on Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, penalty on Nainital Bank. Next question. What is the primary purpose of the RBI introducing additional factor of authentication AFA for online international digital payments? Right answer. To enhance the security of cross-border transactions. Option B is the right answer of this question. RBI introduced AFA, additional factor of authentication for online international digital payments on 7th of Feb 2025. Detailed explanation, purpose, implementation, rationale and impact. Next question. What is the CPI inflation forecast for financial year 25 as projected in the Monetary Policy Committee MPC meeting 2025? 4.8%. Option C is the right answer. MPC Monetary Policy Committee meeting took place from Feb 5 to 7, 2025 at the RBI headquarters in Mumbai. The meeting was organized by the RBI and chaired by the newly appointed Governor Sanjay Malhotra. Here are the important key highlights: repo rate cut, neutral stance, and GDP growth projection and inflation forecast. Under which act has the RBI sanctioned the recent UCB amalgamation? Banking Regulation Act 1949. Option A is the right answer. Next question. Who is the heading the RBI committee responsible for evaluating applications for a universal bank license? Right answer MK Jain. Option C is the right answer. Next. What is the new loan limit per borrowers for small value loans for urban cooperative banks as per the RBI Feb 24 2025 announcement? Rupees 3 crore. Option A is the right answer. Next question. According to the RBI data released on 23rd of Feb 2025, what was the total outward remittances under the liberalized remittances schemes for the 9-month period from April to December 2024? Right answer 22.82 billion US dollar is the right answer of this question. Next question. What is the key features of RBI new policy showing small finance banks to offer pre-approved credit lines on UPI? Customers can instantly access short-term credit after providing explicit consent. Option C is the right answer. This move allows SFB customers to access short-term credit instantly through UPI, similar to how they use linked bank accounts on credit cards. Next question. Under RBI supervision, all registered Indian banks will have their website under bank.in to ensure authenticity. Registrations for bank.in will begin in April 2025 is the right answer. Option D. Next question. What is the theme of the RBI Financial Literacy Week 2025? Financial Literacy, Women's Prosperity is the right answer. Option B. RBI has initiated the Financial Literacy Week 2025 from 24th to 28th of Feb, focusing on financial literacy, women prosperity. This annual event aims to educate women about managing finances, making informed decisions, and contributing to economic growth. By promoting financial literacy, the RBI seeks to bridge the gender gap in financial inclusion and empower women to participate actively in the economy. Next question. According to the RBI circular dated January 1st, 2025 regarding NABFID, which of the following statement is correct? Right answer. NABFID can participate in financial markets as an AIFI. NABFID is permitted to participate as an AIFI in financial markets regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. NABFID is important points. NABFID, National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development Act 2021 was passed in March 2021 and it came into force in April 2021. Important points. What is AIFI? AIFI, All India Financial Institutions, is a group composed of financial regulatory bodies that play a pivotal role in the financial market. Next question. According to the guidelines, what must regulated entities do under assessments and reporting? Right answer. Assess their involvement in DRS according to Board approved policies, option B is the right answer. These guidelines are aimed at regulated entities participating in DRS and address concerns around credit disciplines and moral hazards. Key points include assessments and reporting, prudent management, last resorts, model operating procedure, MOP. Next, under the new RBI rules, what is the status of an account that has no activity for over 12 months? Right answer, inactive, option C. Key points, dormant accounts. These are accounts that have no activity for over 2 years. They will be closed under the new guidelines. Next, inactive accounts, accounts that with no activity for over 12 months will be also subject to closure. Next, zero balance accounts, accounts that have no balance will be closed to enhance banking security. Next, reactivations, accounts holder can reactivate their accounts by updating their KYC details and making regular transactions. These measures are intended to improve banking security, reduce the risk of fraud, and enhance overall efficiency in the banking system. Next question, under which act was the merger of NCBL with Cosmos Cooperative Bank approved? Banking Regulation Act 1949, option A is the right answer. The merger effect from 6th of Jan 2025 will integrate NCBL 13 branches, 12 in Bangalore and 1 in Mysore into Cosmos Cooperative Banks. Next question. As per the RBI Master Directions on Credit Information Reporting, what is the entitlement for customers if their complaint is not resolved within 30 calendar days? Rupees 100 per calendar days. Option A is the right answer. Important key highlights, alerts for customers, reasons for rejections, compensation for delays, third-party sharing, data quality index, faster updates. Next question. Which accounts can non-residents utilize to settle transactions according to the revised FEMA guidelines? Special non-resident rupee and special rupee voucher account, SRVA is the right answer, option A. Next, here are some key changes. INR accounts for non-residents, flexibility for exporters, repatriable INR accounts, FDI for NRIs. Next, for how long are NBFCs in the upper layer subject to enhanced regulatory requirements? At least 5 years. Option C is the right answer. On 16th of Jan 2025, the RBI released the NBFC upper layer list for 2024-25. This list includes major NBFCs such as Tata Sons Private Limited, Bajaj Finance Limited, LIC Housing Finance Limited, and Aditya Birla Finance Limited. Next, according to the RBI Payment System Report 2025, what was the total number of active credit cards in India as of December 2024? Right answer, 108 million is the right answer of this question. The RBI Payment System Report 2025 was released by the RBI on Jan 27, 2025. This comprehensive report analyzes the trends in payment transactions over the last 5 years. Key highlighted includes credit card growth. The number of active credit cards in India more than doubled, reaching 108 million by December 2024, up from 55.3 million in 2019. The value of credit card transactions nearly tripled to rupees 20.37 lakh crore. Digital payments. The report highlights a significant increase in digital payments driven by the rise of the UPI. Cross-border payments. It also covers efforts to enhance cross-border payments and other developments in the payment ecosystem. Next question. What is the deadline given by RBI to banks to use 1600 per lakhs number series for transactional calls to reduce fraud? 31st of March 2025 is the right answer of this question. In a move to combat financial fraud, the Reserve Bank of India has mandated the banks and other regulated entities utilize the 1600 XX numbering series exclusively for transactional calls to customer. For promotional communication, the 140XX series should be employed. This directive aims to enhance the security of digital transactions and protect customers from fraudulent activities. तो इसी के साथ ही हमने अपना कंप्लीट किया है 11 मंथ्स आरबीआई सर्कुलर। 11 मंथ्स आरबीआई सर्कुलर हमने कवर किया है जनवरी टू नवंबर। काफी इंपॉर्टेंट ये क्लास विद इंपॉर्टेंट कंटेंट इन एमसीक्यूज फॉर्म। तो अगर आपको क्लास अच्छी लगे तो हाइप जरूर दीजिए और वीडियो को शेयर जरूर करिए अदर स्टूडेंट्स को, चैनल का नाम जरूर बताइए। तो अब कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट रेट्स देख लेते हैं। एज ऑन 23rd of November 2025, ठीक है, अपडेटेड है। तो पॉलिसी रेट देखेंगे, पॉलिसी रेपो रेट 5.50%, स्टैंडिंग डिपॉजिट फैसिलिटी रेट 5.25%, मार्जिनल स्टैंडिंग फैसिलिटी रेट 5.75%, बैंक रेट 5.75, फिक्स्ड रिवर्स रेपो रेट 3.35%, रिजर्व रेशियो सीआरआर 3.25% एंड एसएलआर 18%, ठीक है। तो कंप्लीट हुआ है हमारा 11 मंथ का आरबीआई एंड बैंकिंग। आरबीआई हमारा अभी कंप्लीट हुआ है, बैंकिंग हमारा पहले कंप्लीट हो गया। तो दोनों ही हमारी क्लासेस कंप्लीट हो चुकी हैं, दोनों ही क्लासेस काफी हेल्पफुल हैं। अगर आपने नहीं देखी हैं तो चैनल पे जाकर जरूर देखिए। लास्ट 11 मंथ आरबीआई सर्कुलर एंड 11 मंथ बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस क्लास विद इंपॉर्टेंट कंटेंट जरूर पढ़ना है, दोनों में ही, आरबीआई सर्कुलर्स में भी एंड बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस में भी। काफी हेल्पफुल रहेगा आप लोगों के लिए कंटेंट। काफी क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं, पूछे गए हैं प्रीवियस बैंक एग्जाम्स में, पूछे जाएंगे आने वाले एग्जाम्स में कंटेंट से। इसलिए मैं आपको बोलती हूँ कंटेंट आपने जरूर पढ़ना है जैसे सुटेबल है। पीडीएफ प्रिंट करवा के पढ़िए या जैसे भी आपको सुटेबल है कंटेंट को जरूर पढ़ के जाइए। जिसको जिस लैंग्वेज में इजी है वो उस लैंग्वेज में पढ़ के जाएं, लेकिन कंटेंट जरूर पढ़ें। वीडियो को हाइप जरूर दें और लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब एंड अदर स्टूडेंट्स को चैनल का नाम जरूर बताइए। और डिफरेंट सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पे आप लोग मुझे ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं और पीडीएफ परचेज करने के रिगार्डिंग आप लोग मुझे व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हैं। और अगर आपने ये सारे ही वीडियोस क्लासेस हमारे चैनल पे नहीं देखी हैं तो ये सब आ चुकी हैं, आप लोग जाके देख सकते हैं। पीआईबी करंट अफेयर्स लास्ट 11 मंथ्स बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल करंट अफेयर्स एंड नवंबर मंथ बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंशियल अवेयरनेस पार्ट 1, ठीक है। ये सभी क्लासेस आ चुकी है, जाके जरूर देखिए। जल्दी मिलते हैं हमारे नेक्स्ट क्लास में। बाय बाय, टेक केयर, थैंक यू, थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग।